And we are live. Hello, people. I hope people are hearing us. How long of a delay do we have?
Generally about 10 seconds, so you should be good.
Grand. Okay, people, you need to say hello to me in the chat when we're live or when you can hear us. But yeah, I decided I was bored, so I'm going to go live tonight. And thankfully, there were a few people who agreed to come on and have a chat. I did want to update people on Demon Orb says you can hear us. I did want to update people on what I've been doing and what's been happening and what's going to be happening going forward. So, quick update, and then we'll just have a random chat because, yeah, boredom. Hi, people. Right. So everyone knows what's happened in the past. I'm over it. I'm done. I don't give a shit. It's done. Don't care. So I took a little bit of a hiatus. I've been hanging around the chats. I've been just chilling, and I've been working. I'm working for a postal service that I'm not going to mention, but I've been working in a warehouse approximately 10 to 15 hours a day. So that's why I haven't been putting out content other than I said I wasn't going to put out any more content. And then you lovely people refused to leave. So thank you for that. I love that. So yeah, moving forward, I've been working on a thing, and the lads in the chat know I've been working on this thing to do with social contracts and what it actually means. And I've found that over the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks of working on it, I can't just do one video on it because there's just too much content to make. And because of the time that we're in at the moment, I'm going to be making a series out of it. So I'm going to be looking at different aspects of what we consider social contracts. So Commander Dark Life, because we love you. I love you too. Thank you for being here. So that's going to come up. I am going in more to the challenging conspiracies as well. If you look on my YouTube, you will see that there are different categories now for the challenging conspiracies. So I have about 6 or 7 different categories that I'm going to do moving forward. I am going to try get one out a week or one out every fortnight because they do take a lot to do and because I'm working so much. And then finally, something that I was developing, a passion project that I was developing for the iNetwork, but because I'm not there anymore, I've decided just to go ahead with it. So I have the agreement with Conspiracy Cats and a few other people. Vishanti is going to come on and a few others to discuss relevant topics, relevant issues of society, being a sociologist, and why they are issues. So the historical context more than just the fact that they're a problem. And the main thing is trying to educate people on why we have racism or why we have particular strands of racism or why we have particular strands of oppression in general. So that's going to be coming up. What I've said I'd do was instead of just doing a live stream about it, it'll be a premiere. And I'm just going to let people talk and people have a chat about the topic and then edit it together. So there's no dumpster fires, there's no bullshit. If we disagree, we disagree. If we don't, then that's great. Little editing to do. So that's going to come up. And hello to everybody in the chat. I see you guys. So that's the update. If there is anything you want me to cover, if there is any particular thing, I'm trying to actually think. I will get it out in a few minutes. I do have a few different categories that I'll run through. But if you have any ideas that you want to see me cover and explain why these ideas are sticking, why these ideas, and no, I'm not going into the COVID stuff. There's way too many people doing it already. But societal issues. I can explain why people think that the president of the United States, for instance, and yes, there was more than one, but for each president that was assassinated, why they think there was a conspiracy behind it. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. If you have any ideas, I will definitely take them up. craftykeela@gmail.com. do hit me up. Even say hi. Send me an email. Because, yeah, I've been missing for a while and it's great to be back. So I'm just going to quickly introduce people. And if anyone wants to come in, we are just going to have a random chat because I kind of need it tonight. I have Bacon Earth. Hello. He's been teaching me how to use this thing. So Bacon Earth and the plot hole. Bacon Earth, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm just.
I kind of forgot there to switch the things on so people could actually hear you speak.
There's no point, no harm in having a monologue on your own. It's your bloody channel, after all.
Yeah, and you know how nervous I am. I've been very, very fucking nervous tonight, lads. Because I haven't live streamed since all the bullshit went down, so.
Yeah, but that's in the past.
It is.
It's all moving forward.
And yeah, Bacon Earth has been teaching me how to use Streamlabs or StreamYard, and I'm really shit at it. So it's great to have you on to teach me how to use it.
Well, you're very welcome. It's good to have you back.
Thank you. And Johnny O from the Plot Hole, we have you here. How are you, man?
Oh, I'm here. You said you were new live stream, wanted to chat with some people, and I said, fuck work, I'll do the chat.
Yay!
What's this thing here about bullshit, though? I have no idea what's going on.
You sound a bit muffled there.
It's because I'm on the telly, and the telly sucks.
Ah. Well, it is good to have you here. How close are you now to 1K? Because you're getting very close.
I think I'm 85 away, 84, 85, something like that. So, yeah, we're getting there. Slowly but surely.
Close. And how was the Mega Mirror? Because I caught a bit of that today.
That was fun. Steamy Cup of Reason and Colon and Amy, those are fun people to sit down and have a chat with.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what I would have done without Steam and Cup of Reason. He made my avatar. He made a load of backgrounds for me. So, good guy. Very good guy. And he's very careful with people. He's one of these people who kind of dares you to speak kind of thing. He's very conscious of getting other people to speak instead of himself. So, yeah, it was good to see you on there because you're the last one to be featured on the Mega Mirror from the Beardsman. And he's gone into hiding.
Yes, but shout out to Michael Hall for his little comment.
Thank you, Michael. And Michael has been a great supporter since, I think, not since the start, but he came in, I think he heard me on Teams. And he's been very supportive, very, very, very supportive ever since. And I see Hugh Jarvis, get your ass in here if you have time. I'll send you a link. Or Bacon, can you send?
I don't have Hugh in my DM.
I'll send him. Hugh,
sorry,
if you want to come in.
You asked me a question and I had to duck out for a second.
I was just saying that you were the last of the Beardsmen to be covered on the Mega Mirror.
Well, as they say about saving the best for last.
Absolutely. Too right. Hugh, Seek Truth, both of you have an invite if you want to come on. We might have a Conspiracy Cats later. Unfortunately, Cats isn't able to come on for sure, because get this, lads, it's his daughter's birthday. So happy birthday to Mini Cats.
Oh wow.
That is an understandable reason why he couldn't be at this very, very, very late notice live stream.
Yeah, it wasn't like you did it at the last minute.
Yeah, it was very last minute. In fairness. But yeah, it's his daughter's birthday. So happy birthday. Let's see in the chat the happy birthdays to Mini Cats. But yeah, so right. Before we get into anything else, we do need to mention the charity live stream. that is
yeah,
coming
that's
up
gonna be fun.
at some point for some particular charity. We don't know which. But before we get into anything, and I see Hugh has just joined, so I agreed that if we reach the target, lads, if we reach the target, I will appear in my duck onesie. That is the onesie. It is proof. It exists. That is happening. If we
Protects you
get,
from magnetic radiation too.
yeah,
It does.
very very special hazmat suit right there, lads. Very special hazmat suit. So if we reach the target, that is what I will be appearing on live on. What is it? It's going to be a special of the Beardsman, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're working on another charity live stream. I think we're doing two things. We're trying to get everything moved over to the new official Beardsman YouTube channel, and then we're waiting for everybody to get hot sauce and whatnot, so we can do a proper. Because this started with Irish Demon's brother talking shit about the Reaper squeezins.
Of course it did. It always starts with Demon doing something stupid.
Well, it wasn't Demon this time. It was Demon's brother. So
yeah, we can still blame Demon.
We're gonna blame Demon because it's fun.
Absolutely. Hugh, for those of you that don't know, me and Hugh started at the very, very, very same time, and my first collaboration was with Hugh. It was actually technically the first video I had ever done. So how are you?
Oh, I'm all right. How's life in Ireland these days?
Shitty, but good.
So normal, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, we're getting the summer here, so it's getting quite sweaty. I'm glad it's 6 o'clock in the morning. It's a little bit cooler than it was in the middle of the day yesterday.
Yeah,
you guys have sun. We don't.
You never have sun in Ireland.
It's summer over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you are weird.
It's already 25 degrees, even though it's 6 o'clock in the morning. So, and that's Celsius for you backward people.
And we do have a question for the plot hole from Tusk.
Yes, plot hole. Did you try the hot sauce I sent you?
I did try it. It was delicious, but the footage somehow got erased when I was trying to transfer to make the video. And then my wife dropped the bottle and it shattered everywhere. So It was really good.
Did it burn a hole in the floor?
It didn't. It did not burn a hole in the floor.
So it wasn't hot enough.
It's got a little bit of kick, but it's more flavor than anything. So yes, I did try it. Yes, it was delicious. And no, I didn't have the footage because of stupid technology.
It was probably with those Scotch bonnet chilies that he was growing.
Yes, that's what he said. He said put Scotch bonnets in there, and I like that. I like that flavor. I like that Scotch bonnet flavor.
It's interesting, a Scotsman was growing Scotch bonnet chilies, given they're a West Indian chili, but.
Brainless just asked a very, very important question there of why wasn't bacon blue? And that is understandable. I don't know why bacon wasn't blue, but I have rectified it.
Who would want to eat blue bacon?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Nothing wrong with blue bacon.
There's nothing right with blue bacon.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah. Actually, no. Well, you see, here's the thing. Blue bacon, that would be just raw bacon.
That would be pork belly.
There you go.
Before it's smoked to become bacon.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening here.
And Eric here has said he would love to talk if you want to include some economic aspects of this. So Eric, hit Crafty up at craftykeela@gmail.com.
Right. Eric Hare, right? Just so people are aware, you are a genius. I have been watching some of your videos. Eric was on Agree to Disagree. This is where I met Eric. And yes, now that he emailed me a little while ago and said, you know, oh, I just saw that you weren't creating anymore. But if you do end up creating, please let me know. Absolutely. And I think having you around for the show the society show. I don't know what I'm going to call it now. But having you on that panel and having the economics, that'd be really, really good. I want it to be educational. I want it to be entertaining, but I want it to be educational as well. So I will definitely hit you up in the next week or two. In the run up to Christmas, I'm going to be absolutely insanely busy. But yeah, I would love to have you on the panel for that, and I'd love to do a video with you. Yeah, fangirling, but okay. And hello, JL Warren. I see JL Warren in the chat. Hi, JL.
Don't you mean JL Flurf?
What?
Oh boy. I'm winding him up.
Is JL a flirt now?
He was on the plot hole a couple of 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about theism, atheism, and whatnot. And every time that I would bring up a point, make a point, he would quote some fallacy. Oh, that's a fallacy. I'm like, oh, dude, you're starting to sound like a flirt.
How many fallacies? Has anyone counted how many fallacies either Oakley or Thompson tries to use?
Well, they don't use any of them correctly, so...
I know they don't use them correctly, but how many they try to use?
There's 5 main ones.
It's just a deflection point for them.
Right.
Because it sounds like Thompson has about 27.
Yeah, but he doesn't understand any of them, so
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter.
Hugh, what have you been up to on your channel?
Not a lot. I've been doing an online course for a while, which has been a bit of a hard slog, and so I haven't had to focus on that. But now I'm back. I released a video yesterday, just reading out this funny article about how a woman got gas. Basically, it's amazing that that's funny, but if you watch the video, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And I'm going to post something in the chat that, seeing we're just talking about fallacies, I think everyone will enjoy. You might like to play it.
Ooh.
Exactly. It's funny how you knew the script straight away.
Oh, Seek. Brilliant. Yeah.
Or you don't know how to play, I guess, at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, my brain is flatlining, to be honest.
It's only, everyone, it's only 5 seconds long, so it's worthwhile clicking.
Actually, right, let's see. I don't know how to do that. Ha 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 ha.
Share screen.
Oh, yeah. I know how to
Share
do
screen
that
down the bottom. Go to the Chrome, like say Chrome across the top, and then share audio as well.
This is getting anticlimactic, but
well, we have to get this done. Like, we have to do it properly.
You have to figure it out at some point. Yes,
I do, and
yeah.
You're all screwed because you're all now gonna have to watch me learn. So share screen.
Yeah, you got to do it sometime.
You're all screwed. How do I share the audio now?
There was a little button on the screen where it asks you what you want to share. So you needed to click that one.
Here we go. That's a wide
screen. It's fucking...
Yeah, so you'll have to stop sharing and then reshare with the audio.
Yep. My brain is screwed, lads. I don't even know how to stop staring. That's how bad my brain is right now. That is how my... Actually, do you know what we'll do? In a few minutes, we'll have Seek Truth, Speak Truth on. If he can get away and if he can get on. Seek, you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to repeat this this video for sure. Have a live screening of it.
He's an interesting character, isn't he?
He is. He's brilliant. He's brilliant.
He's just got 500,000 views, actually, on his channel, which is pretty good.
Fantastic. Okay, I see it. My brain is fucked.
Not enough whiskey or too much whiskey?
Oh, I definitely. Do you know what? I'm gonna do a pip and I'm gonna fuck off and get some Baileys. That might have to happen.
Not sure
Not
Bailey's
yet.
counts as
No,
whiskey,
not
but-
yet. Not yet.
You're all just fucking mean because I have to be up at 5 in the morning.
Well, that was an hour ago.
Yes.
Hour and a half ago.
No, well, for you. It's 8:30 here.
Well, quit living in the past, man.
No,
Aw.
it's nice here.
Oh, I was really Crafty said it was shit.
I'm not in Ireland.
No, Ireland is shit, but good.
Yes,
That
you
makes
have,
sense.
you have,
Say
you
that.
have,
We're
you,
gonna
no,
have-
you see, you have to understand the language. There's shit and there's good shit, and then there's also a cunts, but there's good cunts as well. And you have to understand what
come
we're
here,
talking
come here,
about.
come
And
here.
demonetized. Yeah.
I wasn't monetized to begin with, so yay! I'm waiting for Jumpmonk to get back to me to see if he can come in. But Hugh, being an Aussie, knows all about cunts, don't you?
Sometimes.
There's
I have to
an
walk and dine them
Australian
first.
there's an Australian creator. He used to go around with a goat. And so when
Okay.
I started, everybody starts sending me this fucking Gary the Goat thing.
Okay.
Do you know? No,
No, I've never heard of that one. Goats aren't a common sight in city streets.
No. Okay. So I'm gonna have to pull this up. I'm definitely gonna have to pull this up. Because one of them was hang on. And yeah, it was Kevin. Kevin the cunt. Have you not seen? Oh, okay. Okay, because I don't have any goats to show you anymore, I'm going to show you this. Yeah, finally a channel where you can say cunt and people won't get mad. You can say fucking cunt in my chat. I don't care. I say it more than anyone else on YouTube, basically.
See you, Johnny O. He has to get back to work.
Nah, right.
Yeah,
Can
gotta go.
you can
Cheers,
see this,
everybody.
yeah?
Yep, I can see that.
Aw. Well, goodbye to Johnny O. But you can see Kevin the cunt. Let's do this.
What's the difference?
Bracky. Oh, yeah, that's it. Come up here for a feed, guys.
Have you not seen this, Hugh?
No.
There you going, Kevin. Barbara. Alex. Yes, mate.
Is this the alpaca?
And Kevin.
No.
Kevin, stop being a cunt. Barbara, how are you? You're a good looking sheep, mate. Yeah, Alex, you didn't get one the other day, so you can have that one.
God, he talks like a
Kevin,
bogan.
stop doing that, mate. Fucking no need for it, mate. Gaz is just chilling out. He doesn't fucking pig on people for no reason. Fucking Kevin, stop being a cunt, mate. What were you, mate? The fucking run to the litter, and then you fucking got on the
I see why he's named after a former
Roids.
Prime Minister.
and then you started thinking it was tough. There's no need for it. Hey, Gary, fuck off, Kevin. There you go, mate.
That's what the whole country said.
Yeah,
Hey,
pretty
Kevin,
much. So
fuck off a lot.
Kevin is basically the cunt. I love those videos, and he actually goes around. So Gary was his goat that he would rent out, as a breeding male. So he'd go all around Australia with this fucking goat. It was great. And
That
when I
literally a
started
fucking goat.
when I started my channel, I just kept getting sent these links. Oh, have you seen Kevin the cunt? Have you seen Gary the goat? Oh,
I have a question. Where in careers day at school was goat pimp?
pimp.
Well, there was a
I
course
have
at school called Animal Husbandry for the more agricultural minded.
I'm just gonna leave Brian the Steele's comment up there for a while because that's just a beautiful comment. And thank you, Little Wolf. It's good to be back. But yeah, so when I started my channel, I got sent all of the goat videos. I got sent the what was it? Let It Goat. That one I found particularly hilarious. Where
Let
it's
it
just
go,
like, yeah.
let it go.
No, it was just this screaming goat. Again, don't make me share this because yeah, it'll be taken down by YouTube. But yeah, I just decided to have a random hangout because I was bored. So amuse me, fuckers.
Hey,
You got,
we joined for you to amuse us, for fuck's sake.
yeah, you're the creator here.
Yeah, this is my brain right now. Bacon will tell you, before the stream, I just got a random yell up the stairs. I was like, yeah, let's just go live. Let's go live at some point. And I was like, random scream comes up the stairs for me to come down. And I was like, okay. My mammy. You don't know mammies like Irish mammies. Irish mammies are amazing. Hey, Jessica G! My mammy made me some hot chocolate because my mammy is awesome. And yes, in Ireland, we call them mammy.
Mammy, how I love you, how I love you, my dear old mammy. Is that what you mean?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you should look up. You should look up sometime. Just Irish mammies being Irish mammies. They're amazing. Jim's Mind. Yes, thank you. Everything is good. I just decided to have a random live stream, so thank you for coming. There's nothing particularly interesting going to happen at it, I hope. But we have some really good people here. If anything does kick off, which I think
you should sponsor Jessica G so she can play whack-a-mole with JL Flurf.
Oh, I don't think I can have Jessica G in my chat without her being modded, because, just to be honest, she was one of the strongest people, in my support of me in the last couple of months. So I don't think, yeah, I don't think I would still be even in the community, even at the limited capacity that I am, without her support. So thank you so much for Jessica. She is incredible. So yes, she has a suggestion. I am waiting for her suggestion. I'm scared of her suggestion. And poor JL is going to get it, I'd say. Should I add him as moderator just so he won't be harassed?
No. Let Jessica. Yes.
I'm going to let her play. I'm sorry, JL. You're screwed.
You never apologize to JL.
I do, because he's awesome. And in fairness, the last Beardsman, I kind of threw a question at him that he wasn't really expecting. Bye, little wolf. Which was, so they were discussing I'm not sure if you were watching. They were discussing someone having an issue with JL talking about one of the Karen videos. Not going to get into that side of things, but I raised a question at the end of the stream, which like delayed the stream ending for like 15 minutes. I love when I'm able to do that. And it was basically, being bisexual, has he, because this is something that I've gotten. The video is about 3 minutes. Being bisexual, has he actually faced a backlash from the LGBT community? Because, well, the LGBT side of the community, because that's something that I have suffered from, where they were basically saying on the stream that even LGBT people can be assholes, and they can. And that was the question. So it kind of delayed the ending of the Beardsman for about like 15, 20 minutes. It's great.
Everyone's an asshole. We all have one. Just depends on who we run up against. So Jessica G has put, Jessica G, I'm seriously fucking hoping that's not true.
No, unfortunately, I heard about that. Yeah.
Wow.
It's one of those things you just can't believe it ever happened. Yeah.
A donator suggested he put his girlfriend outside in the cold. She died a few hours later. Here's the thing, right? You can suggest shit. It doesn't mean that you have the creator has to go through with it. Yeah, so let's have a chat about this. Fucking hell. What?
I'm right. So, if he's a donator to the channel, I'm sorry, but what value did this piece of shit put in somebody's life?
Apparently, it was $1,000.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, even for outside in the cold, even for $1,000, would you be so cruel to someone that you care about? Like, because that makes no sense.
Well, she was apparently pregnant too. it just, the story just gets worse and worse.
I mean, right. So when I started my channel, we always say, you know, real life comes first and stuff like that. But when I started the channel, you know, Hugh, you were there. You know the peer pressure that I was under. People asked me to start the channel. It was never my intention when I went onto that live stream to start a channel. I just wanted to throw out a different way of thinking about conspiracies from a personal experience that I'd had with a conspiracy theorist. But more and more, I find that we give so much to fucking hell. We give so much of ourselves, not just on YouTube, not just as creators, but we give so much of ourselves, our personal selves, to the internet. And there is a phenomena that's been created that we don't have any private selves anymore. You know the story of the third heart. Do you know that story?
No.
Third heart, no.
So there's a theory that we have 3 hearts. We have the heart that we show to the public, to general people. We have the heart that we show to our nearest and dearest, the people that we love. And then we have a third heart that we keep to ourselves. And the only person that we actually show that side of ourselves to is our soulmate. And more and more and more, it's becoming diluted. That ever since, not meaning to sound old, I'm only in my early 30s, but I do remember growing up in a society where we had no mobile phones. We had no personal computers. And so the idea that we had, I'm talking about, and you guys probably know already, when we didn't have 24-hour access to each other. That if you weren't home, you weren't going to get a phone call because all we had was landlines.
Well, also, we're not talking to people around the world as if they're in the next room all the time.
Yeah.
Back then.
Like we're doing right now.
This is amazing. Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't have even met, 10 years ago because the technology, well, it was there, but people weren't using it in this way.
Yeah. So more and more and more, that third heart is becoming, we don't know what it is anymore. Because we shape ourselves, we change ourselves, we adapt ourselves so entirely to that public persona that we don't even know who we are as individuals anymore. And we are so scared of anyone. And this is why I talk a lot about imposter syndrome. And actually talking about that, myself and Katz are doing a 2-parter. That's why it's clearly on my mind. That we are creating a 2-parter, one for his channel, one for my channel, where we're talking about Dunning-Kruger, and we're talking about just explaining Dunning-Kruger and examples of it. Not that we need many examples because we've seen it already, but the other side of that is imposter syndrome, and every single person has it at the moment, where you don't, no matter how much you study, no matter how many accolades you get, no matter how hard you work to earn what you have, you still don't believe that you deserve it. You don't believe you deserve the support. You don't believe that you deserve the accolades or the appreciation. And that's what imposter syndrome, you're constantly in fear that someone is going to out you as an imposter, that you don't really believe this, or that you don't really have this, or you don't really deserve the acclaim that you receive. So we're going to take a really in-depth look at imposter syndrome, because I think now more than ever it is actually becoming prevalent, and that's what it's like being a creator. And I look at again, I'm going to be killed for this, but the one name that actually pops up in my head when it comes to someone that will do anything that the subscribers tell him to do while acting like it's his channel, Jose JG. And this is not throwing hate at Jose. He does what he does, and he does it very well. But if someone super chats and tells him to mute someone or kick someone from the stream, he will do it. And it's that fear that if they don't do it, that, well, I've given you money, you have to do it, or I've supported you, you have to do it. No. My channel, my rules. So the idea that anyone would put someone that they love at risk in that way because a subscriber gave, I don't care how much money it was. Like, it could be 50 grand. What's 50 grand to murder? And that's basically what just happened. Yeah.
It seems weird because presumably there were other houses around, so she could have gone and knocked on a door. And why didn't she fight him? And if she had a phone, why did she call the police? It just...
Yeah, but again, Jessica G's mentioned that in the past as well, they've had her pepper sprayed as well.
Yeah. So Frankie Fish, we are discussing a case of some streamer basically was given £1,000 in Russia, was it? To put his girlfriend out in sub-zero freezing temperatures. She was pregnant. She died a few hours later. So, yeah, holy Christ. So, yeah, it's getting to that point where we don't know what consent is. We don't know how to say no to things. We don't know what is civilization in an era where, you know, there is no private life. There is no personal anymore. Everything is out in the open. Everything is online. Everything is shared. That's why I deleted Twitter. I deleted Facebook. I deleted, I've never had Instagram. Sorry. I hate pictures. I never really got into the whole thing. And even when it came to Facebook, I did have a Facebook. I had a personal Facebook, but most of it was political stuff.
Well, Jessica G does make a good point.
And that point is?
Raises a good question. Should the streamer, as well as the person who donated the money, share responsibility?
Should they? It's not even share responsibility. Share responsibility equally. And I don't believe so. And here's why. The streamer should absolutely be held accountable. Completely accountable. The idiot who super chatted, I believe it would be, instead of murder, because I do think it's fucking murder, would be manslaughter too. But it's not going to happen because no country in the world is going to, because it was a suggestion. Oh yeah, I gave them £1,000, but I would have given them £1,000 anyway. That's his defense.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, no one was forcing the guy to push her out into the cold.
No,
anyone that would have, I'm looking at that comment.
Same stream, he smacked her round.
Yeah.
Oh, what a piece of shit.
And sorry, I know,
Not
just
even...
to lighten the mood, just to lighten the mood a little bit. Without Insta, how will you see my costumes? I'm sorry, Commander Darklight. That is a travesty. That is a travesty. Your costumes are amazing.
You can still search Insta without an account.
That is true. I've seen Simon Dan's Maine Coon on Instagram. He has an amazing cat. Sorry.
Cats are evil.
No, they're not. Don't even.
They
Don't
are.
even. We're gonna have a discussion about that now in a minute. After he brought her body back in, he put her down and continued to play games a bit until he realized she wasn't moving. How do you even not realize she wasn't moving? Like, the hell?
I wonder if he was on drugs or had a mental problem or something.
Where did he pick her up? To be honest with you, it's gross negligence at the very, very least.
Yeah.
And it's manslaughter 1 at the very worst. You can say it's murder because it wasn't premeditated. But
yeah, but don't forget this is Russia as well.
That is Russia. It is Russia. And women are not appreciated at all. That's the problem. There was something.
Oh, that explains why there's a. I hadn't understood that before, that where women are nothing in Russia, because that explains why so many of them are trying to find husbands overseas.
Well, yeah, I mean, Russia is a place, and yeah, watch the live stream go down now in a second. But it's a place where, yeah, exactly, there women are seen as property to a large extent. Brain of steel. You're absolutely right. Men still think they own women, and that's why sexuality, or any type of sexuality that does not subscribe to the norm, it is kind of seen as a bad thing. But yeah, I did ask for suggestions. Holy shit.
Yes, well, let's change the topic. I think we've covered that one.
Yeah. So, Taylor, you don't need to worry. We're going to change to a different subject now.
Yeah. We need to come back on this, Bacon. The hell. How can you say that cats are not awesome?
Because they cost me a fucking fortune. When I used to deal in pet lambs, and somebody dumped a load of bloody cats off on the farm, and in 1 year they completely devastated my livestock by pissing in the meal, and it caused the ewes to have abortions and everything else. And literally that year I lost about 50 lambs and about 25 ewes, all because of the cats pissing in the meal.
Yikes.
Well, not to diminish that point, but you've got lambs. I thought you were bacon earth. Shouldn't you have pigs?
I've had everything. I've had farmed 700 rabbits, chickens, ducks, geese, pheasants, pigs.
Here's the bigger question.
Milk.
Here's the bigger question. I've run a farm. I know what the problems are in terms of feed. Where was your feed so that they could piss on it?
It was in I just got the meal in jumbo bags. So literally it was...
But why don't you have containers? Because, like, holy crap.
Because the meal had just literally come in that day. And we didn't know...
In fairness, you cannot blame the cats for that one.
I can't blame them for pissing on it because they were just being cats, but it was just the stress that I seen the ewes and everything going through. All because somebody dumped...
I've been in that position. Out. I've been in that position where the whole miscarriages and stuff. It's soul destroying, is what it is. It's completely soul destroying. No lid on the feed, right, Ivy? Right? Don't blame the cats.
They were in jumbo bags as just delivered.
Yeah, no, that's awful. And were they able to prove that it was because of the feed being contaminated?
Yes, because literally we spent $3,000 that lambing season on vet visits.
Yeah, I mean it's important to know for sure. Just to have that that certainty, because what's worse is not knowing why a ewe or a goat is actually miscarrying. Now, we had one that would just, every time she kidded, she'd miscarry. And there was no reason for it. She just wasn't able to hold a kid.
Well, back on the farm where I used to work, we had this great picture over the fireplace, and it was the farmer driving off away across the field, 3 sheep standing underneath the tree, all having a discussion about, so who's going to get the honour of dropping dead this year for no apparent reason?
Fucking hell.
And it sort of just about says it all for farming.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the farming, though. One of my main contentions here's a little rant. I get into a lot of arguments about farming. Having worked on a small farm, I don't believe that industrial farming is farming. I just don't accept it. It's industry, it's not farming. They do not care about the animals in their care.
Right. So before you go on, I'm going to ask you to define industrial for me, please.
That is large farms would be so anything with over 150 animals on a set piece of land. Unless you have the staff to actually make it, and they don't. And if they do, I will get to your question now in 2 secs, your pal Al. Anything over 150 without staff of about 25 to actually look after the animals. Now, we had anything up to 80 people, 80 goats at one stage. But that was kids as well. But there was 4 or 5 of us there at any one time. Do you know what I mean? Large scale industrial farming, we all know what it is. Zero grazing farms are not fucking farms, they're industry. Particularly zero grazing farms. But I get into a lot of discussion about large scale farms and their impact. Vegans, not to have a go at vegans, but vegans get a bad rep from the very small percentage of those who will not work with small farmers to end cruelty practices. In Ireland, for instance, it was the small farmers who got the government to agree that animals would not be slaughtered on the same holding as where the animals are kept. Now, for most people, you'd say, well, that just puts you out of pocket. And yes, it does. We had to pay our butcher 300 quid every time we sent a bunch of goats. But at the same time, on the industrial sized farms, it was causing so much stress because it's zero grazing. It's right next door. So the animals who are being held on the land were hearing the suffering of the animals. And because it's not quite as humane as other slaughterhouses, you had a situation where animals were being unnecessarily stressed out by hearing the slaughter of other animals. So we actually got that through via the small farmers, not via the animal rights groups, certainly not by vegans. It was the animal rights groups were happy with farm animals being outside of the normal regulations on protection of animals. So, yeah, I'll definitely have a proper debate with someone on this. I've been talking to Katz about it, and I might have to have a proper debate on agree to disagree. So if you know anyone that would like to have a debate on farming,
getting somebody to debate on farming is going to be a hard one because most of the vegans now are playing this name the trait bullshit.
Well, there's also the lie about cows farting methane, destroying the Earth's atmosphere. First of all, cows don't fart methane; they burp it. Second of all, wrong type of methane. Third of all, you're not setting fire to that methane coming out of the damn cow. So, sorry.
Yes, but that's the other thing that I find strange, considering we're trying to go towards renewable energy sources.
Yeah.
And that people don't actually use the manure and stuff to produce biogas.
Exactly. Oh, we had a biodegrader on the island where I lived, and it was like what would happen was all the manure, instead of using, like, nowhere on that island did you have pesticides or anything else. We just used the natural manure for refertilizing the grass. And actually what we found was more phosphorus in the grass and more nutrients going in, because the goats would also be producing a lot of waste. So anything that would be coming out of the pens would be sent to the biodegrader and sprinkled on the land.
And again, this comes to another problem with veganism is, without the organic material going back into the land, after 5 years, the productivity of that land starts going down.
Yeah. And just to say hello to Professor Phil Bell, who's in the chat. It's great to have you here. And we have a new joiner. So Seek Truth, how are you?
Hello. I'm very well, thank you. Glad
Hello,
you're
Mr. Fallacy.
going live.
Mr. Fallacy himself.
Oh, I'm gonna have to do it, aren't I?
Yeah.
So
Go
Here
ahead.
we go, guys. Get ready. Warm yourselves up. Ooh,
Hang on. Hang on. I don't know how to do this. Hold on. Bacon, you're going to have to do it properly.
There
Right.
you go.
Now do it. Now do it.
Ooh, fallacy. There you go. Oh, that's brilliant. Like, I'm so glad that kind of got memed. So, yeah, that's a
Yeah. I'll be
proud
using that a
moment
few
there.
times in my videos, I'm sure.
Cheers to you, mate. That was a good little touch. I'm glad you did that, man, because that's kind
Well,
of now.
you did it, mate. You did it.
Well, so true. Yeah, but
yeah. It's your second
Okay.
meme, put it that way. You had the clown one, and now you got this one.
yeah, man.
So,
That's crazy. That's actually if you go onto like Reddit memes, that's actually the top ever meme on Reddit. That's crazy. Like, it's I'm the clown, shall we say? But it's crazy where I don't even use Reddit. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
But yeah.
I love those memes.
Yeah, it is madness. But yeah.
Yes, you realise now that I can make you into a GIF and reface you with Nathan Thompson.
Oh, jeez. Microraptor just asked, I've got rusty at YouTubing. 1, yes. But 2, I've never used StreamYard before, so it's really important for me to have Bacon here. And hi, Microraptor. Oh. But yeah, I've never used this software before, so hello. We also have a Pip.
Oh,
do we?
Hello, Pip.
We do. I hope. Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, I was rushing there. Very unexpected.
Also, if hang on. If Irish Dublin Girl is still in the chat, she did ask me a question, and so she is very, very clever. She figured out where I lived and accidentally put it in one of my chats, and thought I was upset at her over it. I'm not upset. I'm definitely not upset, and I never would be. If I was upset, let me be very, very clear with you. If anyone who knows me will know this. If I am upset with you, you will fucking know it. You will definitely know it.
Nobody wants the
people-
wrath of Crafty.
Yeah. People have seen where that goes. Pip,
Yes.
how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you very much. You saved me from dozing off too early. I was lying in my bed dozing, and my phone went ping.
Is there too early?
Well, I was up to 4 o'clock last night or this morning. My own stream went on and on and on.
Nice. And you'll be streaming again tomorrow, won't you?
Yes, hopefully.
On a
That's the plan.
Sunday?
On a Sunday. Yes. Why not? I usually get shouted at and coaxed and told that I'm doing it. You know what certain parties like? You don't get much option, really.
Yeah. It's a weird thing because you messaged me a while ago and were like, do you want to come in? I said, and I couldn't. And then I said, I'll come in on Sunday. And then you didn't go live. I was like,
Go
okay.
live. Yeah, no, and I heard about it. You didn't go live. You were supposed to go live. I know. Okay. Sorry.
In fairness, I was actually relieved because I had so much to do, but I was looking forward to just the randomness. I love your streams. I do be there. What's weird, right? Brainless fell asleep on the stream. I do.
That's brilliant.
I do be listening.
It's so funny.
I didn't get out.
When Pip talks, though, that voice is velvet, isn't it? You know, so.
Oh, I'd listen to it. You're an arse bite.
Is that Brainless?
No, it's you, I think.
Oh, it's you.
What?
Swine.
I thought that was a recording that you had. I don't know.
What? Why resort to a recording when you can get it live?
That is true. That is true. That's why I made Seek Truth do the fallacy.
Woo! No, I won't.
Oh man, I have to give a really quick shout out to someone in the chat. Chris Durham Music Channel. First of all, if you're not subscribed to Chris, he makes awesome music. He does a few covers and he does a few of his own. And Chris, Pip is 81.
No.
He
Chris
got the numbers
Durham.
the wrong way around, didn't he?
Yeah. Chris Durham has been so supportive of this channel since I started. But in every single chat, no matter what chat it has been, he keeps asking when the next video is out. So it will be coming soon, I hope. But now, again, going back to that, because I've been doing for the last 2 or 3 weeks, when I have had time, I've been doing little snips and I have to go away and keep coming back. And Cider and Port is in the chat. Hello, Cider and Port. I will get to you in a minute. I've been working on a video on the idea of what is a social contract. Because it's what you hear from a lot of the conspiracy theorists, you know, why people lie to us, or why they don't have to wear a mask, or why they don't have to do this. You get it from the what is it? I can't even think of it. The First Amendment auditors, they call them in the US.
Sovereign citizens.
Sovereign citizens, that's the one. We have a lot of them over here. So they say that they're not part of the social contract. So I do want to go through. I won't be concentrating on them specifically, but I do want to go through what is a social contract. What do we mean when we say this? And I've been working on this video for the last 3 weeks. And because I've been working so much, I've been working anything. Hi, PhD Tony. Get your ass in here if you want. But I have been working. Yeah, I'll send him a link. I have been working on this video. But I decided, because I've been trying to condense it so much, Sovereign Susans, because I've been working so much, it's just not fitting into one video.
I have a suggestion for you.
Yeah,
I think we'd all love to see one of the sovereign citizens of Ireland, the self-declared King of Ireland, I think you should talk to him.
Oh no! Why would you punish me in that way?
Because I think you deserve it.
Well, here's the thing. I have spoken to some of them. Who are you talking about?
Pissy Pete.
Oh, fuck off! No.
Yes.
Actually. So, Pete is. I know where Pete is from. I'm not going to say where he's from. But I have spoken to Pete before.
And I think you should bring him on and have a chat with him on stream.
No.
No.
He can fuck right off.
Nah.
No.
But I will recommend. I can't give people the link, but go to Sean G's channel and Blue Marble Science and Unpaid Chills had Pete talking to them for 30 minutes, and they were just using stuff from the bullshit generator, and he bought everything hook, line and sinker.
I remember that one. That was so funny.
Yeah, I don't think I could manage talking to... Right, so when I spoke to Pete, at least if it's definitely him, it was about 5-6 years ago, and it was at a forum on small communities in Ireland. And he just made himself out to look like the most bizarre human being on the face of this earth.
Did you see him in person?
Yeah.
Right, so he would have been claimed to have been about late 30s at that stage, but actually looks about 70 odd.
Okay, hang on. Skyfly Bright, I do know exactly who you are. I do remember you. And Sky was one of the people in Mr. Sensible's chat who was one of the loudest people for me starting this channel. So Sky, if you want to email me, craftykeela@gmail.com, I will send you a link and I will bring you on for sure. There is no, let me be very, very honest, there is no, I don't know how to say this, but there's no barriers here. If you want to come on, absolutely, you're more than welcome.
Skyfly,
yes,
right?
Up to 10.
Are you still on Sean's Discord?
Because that'd be cool. If you can get a link to her, then that'd be cool. But PhD Tony has joined us. Hi, Tony.
Hello.
Hey, Tony.
Hi.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Hugh. Hi, Pip. Long time no see. Hi, Crafty. How are you going?
Tony is one of my favorite people in the whole world. How are you tonight? Well, today it's morning for you, isn't it?
Yes, it's morning. It's morning for me. I was I had no notice this was going to be on, and I slept.
Nobody had noticed.
No.
The only person that had any bit of notice was Bacon, and that's because I was like, well, I was thinking of Brock. I was like, where's all the streams tonight? Well, there's a space for you. Let's do it. That's basically the attack.
That's always the unplanned ones that are the best, though, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah,
and Citrus Pictures. Good morning, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello, how are you, mate? Are you good?
I'm very well. I've been having a bit of lightheadedness for the past few days, but seeing a doctor in the next couple of days. So, but otherwise, I'm really excited to see Keela back. Really, really happy about that. That's brightened my day.
Oh, thank you. And again, like with Jessica G, Tony has been one of the biggest supporters throughout this really difficult time that I did have, and I really, really want to thank you for that, because without you, without Jessica, and without a few others, I would not be even around this community anymore. No, I wouldn't even be posting in the chats without your support. So,
well, I really think that the community would have lost an incredibly valuable contributor. Like I've learned a lot from watching your videos, talking with you, and just having you around. And I think that if the community is if the community can't behave like adults and keep people around, also I think that sort of there's a lot of you are genuinely one of the most admirable people I've encountered since entering the community, and I rather think that sort of if people can't see that, if people just want to engage in self-righteous pogroms, then the community is going to fall apart. We're going to destroy ourselves if that's our attitude. So there's also an element of greed. Let me admit that, because I just like having you around. You're a great friend,
and you were one of the other people who started your channel on the same day as I did.
Exactly so. Yes.
It was you. It was you, me, Hugh, and Mr. Sensible on that live stream when we started our channel.
Exactly. It was a good day.
Crikey. Yeah, like for all three of you.
Sorry. So I see Cider and Port in the chat, and I need to discuss these guys. I'm gonna put a link to their channel. They're a very, very small channel. They deserve the support. They're fucking brilliant, fellow Irishmen. So during all this bullshit, and I was having my little lapse from YouTube, I had a break, and Math Pig is one of my favorite people to watch because he's absolutely hilarious. And he has Cider and Port on every so often. And Cider and Port was doing a political discussion on the election, and it was pre-election in the States. So we were having this little discussion, and they brought me on. And honest to God, it was the only live stream that I have done other than the one with Mr. Sensible since kind of taking a hiatus from YouTube. We spoke for like 2.5 hours. It was brilliant. So yes, Cider and Port, you're absolutely welcome in the chat. And I'm just going to, again, shill the link. They are really, really, really cool people. And they're fucking hilarious as well. They're great to listen to. So if you want to check them out, please do. They're brilliant creators. And
sorry, I didn't rage quit there. Sorry, I wanted to mute myself and accidentally rage quit. So, but yeah, I'm just going to mute myself for like 3 or 4 minutes though. Be back soon.
Okay. Sky, can you email me? Hang on. Oh, I'm getting stuff. If you could email me, then I'll bring you on. Just email me craftykeela@gmail.com, and I'll send you the link. Actually, smart if I actually got my emails up. Sorry. Talk away, people. Talk away. This is where my brain is at the moment.
Well,
actually, I think I need to bow out because the day's just starting here, and I've got something I've got to attend to in a couple of hours, and I've got a few things to get organised. So thanks for having me on, and I'll look forward to chatting with you in the near future.
Nice to see you, Hugh.
Well, thank you for coming on, Hugh, and have a great day. And I will be watching your channel. I'll have to. I have a bit of catch up to do, but I'll definitely be watching out.
Hugh, love you here.
You were going to contact me at some stage, so just though the subtle message, I come on, you leave. I get it. I see what's happening here. Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to expose you to my body odor, so.
You're very considerate. Anyway, great to see you, even in passing here.
All right. Well, we'll have a chat later on.
Yep.
Right. See you later, guys.
Have a great day.
Hi, Hugh.
So, yes. How are you, Pip?
I'm very well, Tony. Yourself?
Excellent. I have missed your dulcet tones.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, you see, if you come and join us on a Friday night, because then you'd actually see that this is so much easier than using OBS as well.
It actually is.
Okay. Well, that'd be
right. Here's the thing, though. I have always had a Tatty to do all this, and Tatty is taking a break from YouTube. He is doing okay, but he's taking a break, and it's a well-deserved break. But I have no idea how to live stream on my own. I skipped that step.
No, this is so easy. You don't need to worry about OBS. You just click the button, go live, boom, that's it. No going through YouTube or anything. Really good.
Yeah. Oh, and I've been shown how to use the banners. Yay! That's just going to stay there now. I'm not even going to take that off. That's it. That is the about as much tech as and what's funny is I always slag conspiracy cats. Always. Like for his lack of technical ability, I'm always slagging him. Anyone that sees me with cats, and again, unfortunately, Cats couldn't be on. He would have loved to come on with this holy lack of notice of a live stream. And the reason why he's not here is because of his daughter's birthday, which is today. So again, happy birthday to Mini Cats.
It's a happy birthday
Shouldn't that
to
be
Mini
kitten?
Cats.
Kitten.
Yep, Mini Kitten.
The kitten.
That should be
Kitten.
Conspiracy Kitten. That's actually a good one. They could start a channel on that. Yeah. Baldy Kitten doesn't work so well.
No, not really.
That's not a good one.
I went to say that, and there was something that was like, no. I think maybe if I was still a flat earther, I would have probably
Conspiracy Kitten. Conspiracy Kitten.
I just want to say, like, as Seek Truth, Speak Truth was saying earlier, just I feel really fortunate with a lot of the people that I've run into in this community, who have turned out to be, really, really good friends, just really, really worthwhile guys. Not just the people I sort of meet in passing. I've met Seek Truth, Speak Truth just a few times. Seems an incredibly chill, cool guy with enormous integrity and intellectual honesty. But the people I've met more often, like Team Skeptic and Conspiracy Cats and Creaky Blinder, Mr. Sensible, these people, they really are stand-up people. They come across as they're just casual, everyday people, and that's exactly what they're like. And
I was having a conversation. Oh, okay. So I just got a WhatsApp message. I think he's listening, or he has been listening. Kat said, "Sorry, I'm not there, but when she's in bed, I'll jump on the stream." So we're going to just keep this stream going until Kat comes in, just so I can slag him off for not having tech ability.
Yeah. Even if it comes to like 4 a.m., we're just like whistling competition or something.
Oh, no, not again. I can't stay up that late again. I'm far too ill for that.
We'll be fine. But yeah, so I think he was listening at some stage. God love him.
Everybody slag him off, quick.
But yeah, no, what I did want to say, Katz has been fantastic. Katz is absolutely amazing, and what he and Creaky have done with Agree to Disagree has just been amazing to watch. Now, having said that, some of the debates haven't been the best in terms of I was in the debating society when I was in university, so I'm like,
I think actually the one that I stepped in on to try and moderate the other night was probably the worst thing that ever happened
God
to
love
the channel.
Oh God love you.
My God.
That was okay. So anyone that didn't see it, and fair play to you, Seek, you were very good. You were, and poor Cats was just like, oh God. But the guy that was on, had no interest in debating free speech, which was what the debate was on. He just wanted to discuss particular versions of free speech, in particular, the depiction of Charlie Hebdo's Prophet Muhammad depiction. So, yikes. And he would not debate. It was Flat Turds that was debating in favor of free speech. And he had, here's the thing, he had an image, how to draw Muhammad. And it was basically Muhammad, or a penis with a...
I think Katz's
turban.
face during that whole debate was the funniest thing. Like, there was moments, like, and he's trying to hold in the laughter. And, like, for some reason, I had just, like, turned my camera off for some reason at just the right moment when he said certain things. I was like, thank God my camera isn't there. And Katz was just squealing. Do you know what I mean?
Katz forgets that we can see everything on his camera. And that's the problem with Katz. Which is just fucking hilarious. But so Bri is still asking to come in. And I think I've just gotten a email from him. So I'm gonna send you that the link now. Give me 1 sec. Link is coming to you, mate. As I said, there is no restrictions here. But if you are coming in, as long as you're respectful, you may stay. So, which I know will happen. But poor Katz he forgets that we can see it. There was another one that he was on, and he was like it was distracting with the marker. He was like chewing on the marker. For those who don't know, Katz broke his foot. And so when he was chewing on the marker, it was because he was in pain.
Stream. Like,
No. He was out running and he screwed up his foot. And so he was doing the live stream that night, chewing on this bloody marker and messing with the marker. Only to be so distracting that we couldn't. I anyway, and I had to message him on WhatsApp. I was like, you do realize how distracting you are with that fucking marker?
That's what happens when you do stupid things like exercise.
Oh. When the other guy, he was saying prostitutes were SLUTSs, and Katz just like put his hand behind his head, like, and just sort of went backwards, you know. And I was like, oh my God, like. And because it was a debate about freedom of speech, and I was thinking that's the worst thing to try and moderate, because if I step in, I'm stopping your freedom of speech. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was thinking, like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, that was just so strange.
I would have started with, you understand that there's no such thing, right? That freedom of speech is curtailed. You know, in the US, you are constitutionally entitled to freedom of speech, and then there are a bunch of exceptions, right? The Supreme Court has said, well, you can't say that, you can't say that, you can't say that, you can't say that, and so nobody really thinks that being able to say whatever comes into your mind is actually a good thing. And as much as I do operate without a filter and just say the first thing that enters my head when I'm in a debate, it's actually not it's not necessarily a positive attribute of mine. I tend to lose my rag and just start disassembling what's in front of me. The reality, you know, so you should have felt empowered to step in. And
Ivy's just brought up a very important question. What do you think happened between Team Skeptic and FTFE? I'm going to answer this the only way I know how. Whatever happened between Team Skeptic and FTFE belongs to Team Skeptic and FTFE. It is not for us to comment on. All I will say is I wish both of them the very best of luck in whatever direction that they go in. I am a lot closer to Team than I am to Fight, but I am quite close with Fight the Flat Earth. I wish them the very, very best of luck. I wish their channels the very best of luck. And whatever has happened, all I can think is we're going to get more content out of both of them in the direction that each of them want to move in, which will make them happier, which will make us happier, because it might actually, they're not, as far as I'm aware, they're not going to be live streaming together. They're going to concentrate on their own channels in their own direction. And
I think maybe that might just be natural.
Yeah, I support that decision if that's the decision that they want to go in. But beyond that, what actually happened between them or why they've reached that conclusion, people just grow apart. People reach the conclusion that I want to go a different direction. That's between them. I don't think there's any animosity. Team has said there's no animosity. I haven't had the chance to speak to Fight, but I've seen.
If Team was pissed off, he would tell people. Do you know what I mean?
Of course he would.
Yeah,
but
he would sit there and he would say it as it is. Do you know what I mean? And that just shows there's nothing really going on.
So I think the main thing when it comes to Team going in his own direction, is that it's respected and that it's not blown out of proportion.
Yeah,
because we all know that there are times where this community can blow shit way out of proportion. So
it's
as long as that doesn't
fans,
happen,
isn't it? If you look at them both as fans, you're kind of like, when Take That split up or went their separate ways. Do you know what I mean? Like, that don't mean they want to murder each other. Do you know what I mean? It's just like a career move in a way. And I just look at it like that. It's just like a bloody,
But more importantly, whatever happened for them to reach that conclusion that they wanted to go in separate directions, it is between them. And I wish them all the best of luck. There is no animosity there from what I've seen. And I'm looking forward to them going forward as creators. I like both of them. So
I just want to echo those sentiments. We often want to look for a villain or for some cause, and sometimes there's just no villain. There is just no cause. There's no animosity between them. And I think that they've both got great value as creators. And I think it's just a simple change in direction. I don't think that, if I want to give a cause, I think it would just be a simple change in direction. I think that Flat Earth is kind of losing steam to some extent, and Team doesn't want to be limited by that. But and Fight the Flat Earth may be in a situation where, given his name, it's more difficult for him. But That doesn't mean one of them's bad or the other one's a good guy. They're both. I don't even know why I'm speaking, because Keela got it perfectly right the first time.
Mike grew up to put it very well.
Yeah, we have opinions because we're fans, basically. Like, we're literally looking at it like that, But as people, I
don't mean to bad. Ivy says, "I'll not ask again." It's not that you shouldn't ask again. It's that you're asking the wrong person. The only people that can tell you what happened between them are those two individuals. And I don't think it's something that we need to be concerned about. I don't think it's something that we need to be upset about. It just means Team will be doing his live stream. FTFE will be doing his live streams and his content, and they'll just have more time on what they as individuals want to create. And I think that's exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of each of them. And nobody take that in the wrong way, please. But it's exciting.
I think it goes like we were hitting on is everyone can see that Flat Earth, it is trending downwards now, and it's only a good thing. The be all and end all is we want less people believing in Flat Earth. So if that means people have to do slightly less content or slightly different content, I think all the better for it. It will allow people to move away, and it's a brilliant thing that has brought us all together, and I think it's taught so much to so many people that we kind of wanted to end, or I'm speaking for myself, but you know, let's all continue, but we don't have to be sitting here talking about flat Earth forever, do we? You know, I mean, I know obviously Crafty, you don't want to, you know, and probably all of us don't, you know.
No, absolutely not.
You have the best flat earther on the planet in this hangout with you.
Yeah. Well, I'm the worst flat Earth forever, aren't I?
Well, there's a you know, if we've learnt anything from 2020, it's that there's no shortage of human stupidity. You know, there's that old aphorism about, you know, the quote from Einstein about human stupidity, and if flat Earth gets stomped down to sort of faintly glimmering embers, with my skill set, I think I'm well suited to take on young Earth creationism.
There's so much.
Team has a good skill set for taking on. Team and conspiracy cats have a great skill set for taking on anti-evolution or virus denialists. And there's there's a lot of there are a lot of persuasive pieces of anti-science stupid out there that are gaining traction. And once flat Earth is gone, we will be moving on to those other ones. So I worry about I do actually worry about content creators I like who focus too much on flat Earth. But you see it. You see all of the content creators, like all of the content creators that I follow, you know, like Simon Dan and Conspiracy Cats. They're taking more of it. You know, Simon Dan has his Tinfoil Tuesdays where he, you know, looks for weird stuff to sort of take on. Conspiracy Cats has taken on the virus deniers in full force, with and laying down some very, very detailed science. There's, you know, I think that a lot of people are understanding the, you know, what's happening here, the dynamic involved, and they're responding.
Speak of the devil, he shows up.
Oh, hello, team. His ears must have been burning.
Team, hello. I was just he just messaged me on Discord. Hi team. But yeah, I mean, I'm also trying to talk to cats. So I know I'm so social on my own live stream. But team, we just decided to have a live stream at last minute, so no pressure. I know you're busy, so thank you for popping in.
Someone's getting engagement in the chat there.
Oh, here's the thing. So nobody on this live stream was here except for Bacon, and he's not allowed to leave. He's stuck here now forever. We were talking earlier with the plot hole, Tony, about the live stream, the charity live stream. Yep. And I agreed, because we have more people in the chat, if we reach the target, I will be coming on wearing my special duck onesie.
You get that from Harvard.
I've got to check right now.
So
Harvard issue. Yeah, get the money in, folks. We want to see that.
I have never heard a stronger argument for charitable donations. Yeah. So guys, I don't know when it's going to be. Nobody knows when it's going to be. I don't even know what charity it's going to be for. But when we were having this discussion last week, I think it was, in one of the streams, and I just happened to say in one of the chats, I do have a duck onesie. Don't ask me why I have a duck onesie, and I have a Pikachu onesie too. I have a Pikachu
you
onesie.
Already had it.
I did. I already had it.
Crafty, what you do in your bedroom is your business. That's fine, as long as you find it before you wear it.
I like onesies. They're cozy, especially when it gets really cold. And so I have a series. I have like a polar bear onesie as well.
Nice.
Just no ideas. Shush, chat, shush. I know what's going to trend. But yeah, so if we reach and yeah, so Plothole basically said, photo Pixar or it's not real. Pixar doesn't exist. And I was like, I tell you what, I don't know why it came into my head, but during the charity live stream, if we hit target, I will come on. I'll turn my camera on with the duck onesie on. So yeah.
I think if you come on with that on, someone else needs to come on with a sledgehammer and a ping pong ball. someone with a beard. I wonder who that is.
Oh, that's a
Tony,
great idea. No, I can. I'll get practicing.
Someone with a beard. Yeah, Tony.
Yeah.
So
I could do that.
You know?
So people, if you want to see that, I don't know why anyone would. I don't know why anyone wouldn't, but yeah, that's gonna happen if we reach target. Oh, thank you, team. Here's the thing. The other day I was coming off work and I was working for, I think that day I was 14 hours and absolutely exhausted. I mean, I work in a warehouse. Processing parts, so I'm literally sitting.
What parts do you process?
I'm on my feet all day. I sit down for half an hour a day. I get a half an hour break, and that's it. And I did say that I could sit and listen to Team Skeptic for hours, which I have, by the way. Anyone who hasn't seen Team Skeptic's gaming streams need to go check his gaming channel. Team Skeptic After Dark. Team has one of these voices. When I first entered the community at all, Katz was the first creator I found. Then it was Simon Dan. Then it was.
Did you ever know Team before he had a voice? Before he had a face?
Well, here's the thing. When I first heard Team, he was on someone else's channel. I think it was. I can't remember whose channel it was, but he was on someone else's channel. And it was just his voice. And I was like, oh my God, I could listen to this voice forever. He just has one of those really nice voices. So the other night I was that exhausted and it just threw me back to when I first entered the community. And I was like, oh, I love Team's voice. And so, yeah, I super chatted it. So thank you, Team.
Well, I think that's what his idiot.
I just want to clarify because it's not that I don't believe you. It's just that I find that utterly incredible. I
have not slept. I have gone days where I haven't slept because Team has been streaming for 6 hours on his gaming stream.
This is Team Skeptic, right? The guy with the whiny American voice. That guy. I mean, I love Team Skeptic. And
but you hear whiny. You hear whiny. I hear Stephen Fry. I love Team voice.
Where is that?
No, I don't hear Stephen Fry. But that kind of. Yeah, I do like his voice.
Fry? No, there's absolutely no similarity.
Right. The similarity I'm making is that when you have Blue Marble Science, there are certain people who I'm able to listen to who is just able to capture my attention.
Okay.
Because their passion is there in their voice.
Yeah.
And when you hear them's fighting words, Team, kick his ass. But there are certain people who, when they speak, they just demand your attention. And Team does that. He's just able to be such a passionate speaker that he just holds your attention.
Yeah.
I could listen to that for hours.
You can't have nearly 40,000 subs and not have a listenable voice, really.
Well,
unless it's the complete opposite. So maybe that's Team. I'm not sure.
Well, you just actually, I think you both just hit the nail on the head. For me, what makes Team so watchable is his passion. and his native charisma, and his
humbleness.
If you keep going, his head's going to be that bloody big it won't get out of his house anymore.
And I want to get this in. He is intellectually impressive. Like, you know, every time he starts talking about relativity, you can almost. Phil Bell really wants him as an undergraduate student. You know, Phil Bell is always going. You know, this guy I could really use as an undergraduate student. The Team Skeptic says PhD Tony, listenable voice, punchable face. I've been told that before.
Jessica G has me in stitches here.
Yeah, well, actually, Jessica, I'm not sure that I do think Team is so punchable because of the sharp angles and that dangerously wide gap between his front teeth. I mean, you know, the skin on my knuckles. The skin in my knuckles is actually quite tender. It's not. I've lost the callus there, so I'd be worried. You know, you shouldn't punch sharp objects like that. And I might miss. Like, you know, if I'm being honest, a target that small, you're not guaranteed to hit.
That's how some forts are made, though, aren't they? Like sort of star shaped.
Can we just comment? Can we just comment? I have to confirm this because I know that I will be asked this at some point. Yes, Team, I did hear you whistle.
Yes.
The other night on his live stream, he did do a little whistle.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
Well done, Team. Go, Team.
He did do it. I did hear it.
How many months did it take?
I know, right? But it was just such a sense of accomplishment. And well, now in fairness, he did say that his dog would come if he whistled. And his dog, we're still waiting for his dog to arrive.
It wasn't high pitched enough.
Oh.
You need to work on that, mate.
Well, the dog's probably going, I've never heard that noise before. I don't know what to do. I'm just. But
probably.
I have to say, I have never been able to whistle, and I have given up even the vaguest notion of attempting it. So for Team to learn in real time while I've been watching,
I know, it was so exciting. And what's funny was he was really, really trying hard, and it just wasn't there. And then all of a sudden, as soon as he stopped trying, there it was. But we did hear it. It was a little whistle. It was a huge achievement. Huge achievement. I'm very, very proud of you. I'm very happy.
I'm my local whistling champion from our last year's Slamboree Humdinger.
Oh, there you go.
Did you get a trophy?
No. Proof. I can actually, like, I can double whistle, like, in and out. I'm sure most people that can whistle can do that, can't they?
Just whistle, like, really, really quickly. Sorry, Steve. Can people...
Nice.
Yeah. Can people give Jessica G the traditional John Rapp welcome because she accidentally deleted someone's comment?
It wasn't Jessica. It was me. I hit the wrong button and then I apologized and I posted it again. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You can give me the finger. Give me the finger. I don't care. I can take it. And now we have to prove all the middle fingers.
Yeah. Get it done. Get it done, mods. Oh, actually, here's the funny thing. Team, I'm jumping between StreamYard and the actual stream because this is weird. This is very strange for me. Team, you're now a moderator. So yay! Because I don't know, you've been on the stream before, but I don't think you've been in the chat before, or I haven't noticed anyway. So I'm sorry that you weren't blue before. You are now. I've remedied it. And I can't speak anymore. My brain is just flatlining. So if people are happy with my brain flatlining and not being able to speak. Pip, can you whistle?
Yes. You want me to?
Yes.
We'd love it.
There you go. Then very cheerful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Bacon, can you whistle?
I can, but badly.
Go on.
Yeah,
No, you didn't.
dry lips. I can't do it today. Tim, you're not alone.
No, but you got some
There's a
noise
lot of
out,
dogs
in
around
fairness.
your area poking their ears out right now.
Mine have all just run up the stairs.
Not to oppress Tony or team, but I can whistle in 3 different ways.
I thought you were going to say 3 different languages.
Oh, Pip, there you go. Great minds. Great minds think alike.
Crafty,
I
you
have-
keep the third one for your OnlyFans page, okay?
Yeah, I was about to say that
I'm on
raises
Pip's
some
OnlyFans.
anatomical possibilities that I'm not sure should be broadcast generally, but your choice. Yeah.
I'll let team hear it later. Someone actually messaged me. I can't remember who it is, so I am sorry that I don't remember who it was. But they were really trying to dog, cat, and goat. Exactly, Dave N. Exactly. What was I saying? So someone messaged me a while ago, and was trying to convince me to do the Molly Bloom soliloquy from James Joyce. I refused. Understandably, I refused. But they kept. It was kind of like they were trying to, or somebody was trying to push me towards ASMR. That shit is weird. It is not going to happen. That's not this kind of problem. Skyfly Bright, the next time I stream, and yes, there will be a next time because Bacon will force me. Yes, there will be another live stream, and yes, you can come on the next time. So if you can get stuff organized, then absolutely you can definitely come on.
It was an iMac and it's Safari's using it. Should work fine because I can do it on my iPad on Safari.
Yeah, but but Apple is shit.
Jeez.
I'm just going to put it out there. Apple is shit. So it depends on the device.
No, my poor
iPhone. So my computer, my university, has always used Apples as their default, and so I use Apples, and I like using Unix commands. I find them very convenient. Sed, awk. The various command things, and I'm aware that you can do them on other computer architectures, but I'm as much as I can program and write mathematics, what I don't do is mess around with operating systems. And so all of you operating system literate people out there, you have me envious. So I just stick to machines where I don't have to mess. The operating system is somebody else's problem as far as I'm concerned. It should just work.
So, Bri, I have your email now. I'll get in touch with you one of the other days. I'm off tomorrow. I might get in touch with you tomorrow. And we'll have a chat and see if we can work shit out. So the next time you won't have a problem. It's all good. It's all good. So, who's been trying to get you to do ASMR?
I can't post
because it is creepy. Who?
What is ASMR?
Oh, you're not posting it. Someone.
Yeah, certain someone that keeps making you try to do making you do live streams, but his name shall not be mentioned.
It sounds like I should know what it is, but I don't.
It's when you whisper and make noises and talk really
weird noises. You know, the background, the
tap your microphone and things.
The white noise stuff.
Right.
So whether it's like
it's awful.
So some people like waves, other people like people clicking into a mic or with their tongue and just it's weird.
It's creepy.
I was unaware there was any sort of stalker vibe to this, and now I'm realizing that there is. Like, I thought it was just white noise. Like,
No.
Okay.
Depends on the person as to.
It does depend on the person.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very
there's some creepy people out there. There's basically every fantasy possible you could imagine it's been done, and 10 times more than that as well.
And you'll find them all on OnlyFans.
That's why I'm subscribed, Pip.
Ah.
Oh God, why did I go there? I'm sorry, guys. I've had a couple of whiskeys.
It's fine. It's
Well,
Saturday
look,
night.
I
You're
mean,
allowed.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
Saturday
care.
night, 10 to 10.
I don't shame people for what they like, but I just find it really, 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 really weird.
There you
well,
go.
Yeah, that's creepy. Like,
There you
No,
go.
no.
Commander Darklight puts it very well.
Mm-hmm. Or tingles
Wow.
in other places.
Yeah,
we don't
yeah,
want
people-
tingles.
Yeah.
if it was actually like in your ear directly, maybe, but like not
That's the
listening
point,
to
that you
someone
put your
doing it,
headphones
like-
on.
And
like-
usually they've got like a double microphone, so they talk into one and they talk into the other, so it goes from ear to. Oh, it's freaky. Out.
Oh,
It's
I'm-
really
I'm almost
strange.
worried I'm going to search it and like it.
But
Do it,
but
do it. And get back to me. Let me know.
You won't find
Let
it
me
nice,
know.
man. I'll say that
I
right
think,
now.
I think you should turn on the camera and do it now.
Certainly not.
Do it for your reaction.
No.
just getting
Considering I'm
back
butt
to
naked. I'm only joking.
Dave makes a very, very good point. There are YouTubers making a fortune from the ASMR thing.
I
But
have seen
here's the-
an ASMR
people,
artist
yeah,
with 5,500
I mean-
people watching the chat.
Oh, I might
That
have
is
to
Yeah.
just
rethink that. I might have to rethink
It's
it.
a-
silly, innit? When you think, I mean, I've seen things like that, and like when, say, I don't know, an FTFE stream is going, I'm like, oh, what, 500 people, this is amazing. And then I'll click on, like you guys are saying, you'll click on something ridiculous, and there's like 18,000 people watching it live,
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah.
just some ridiculous, and you're like, how did this happen? Like,
I think
how
I
do
got up to
people
20
all-
last night. I'm going, yes, yes.
yeah, yeah,
Here I am,
Yeah.
20 people.
yeah. I think my
Just-
record is like 68 or something like that live. Do you know what I mean? Like, but that's great
Yeah.
to us, isn't it? You know.
Tusk just said I do an ASMR stream where I just tell people to feck off in a Glaswegian accent. To some people, that might do it for them, you know?
But I'm a bit surprised because a lot of what you're describing here, a lot of what people are describing as ASMR is actually very far removed from white noise, right? It's not just incoherent background noise.
Yeah, it must be
with
deliberate.
with no structure to it, which is what white noise is. And you would be amazed to find out that there are pink, brown, red noises, but there are all sorts of different noise characteristics depending on sort of the frequency dependence of the noise. But so I'm a bit surprised because the brain, if it isn't white noise, the brain has difficulty just disregarding it, right? If it's white noise, if it's just this background mumble, the brain goes, okay, there's nothing in that. But if there is something in that, that seems like something that might keep you awake, that might retain your attention, but might impinge itself. And so I'm a bit surprised that people use it as a way to get to sleep. It doesn't sound like
it's not to get asleep. It's to relax. It's an anxiety calmer.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
ASMR stands for
I like listening to.
Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've got like
Okay.
a water heater at home. I don't think it's Daniel Pratt's, but so like.
Okay, I'm gonna say this out. I'm gonna say this out real quick. Please have respect for God. Brian, we're gonna talk about that shit. God has no place on this channel.
No.
I'm gonna be very, very honest. If you are a worshiper of God or gods, I respect your beliefs, but do not try to push them onto me, or you will be banned. I'm gonna be very, very honest. Please don't do it. Do not tell my chat how to act when it comes to religion. If you want to have religion, absolutely have it. We can have a chat about this later, but do not make demands in my chat about talking about God. You don't do it. Please don't.
Don't think it's him.
so what's going on there?
I don't think it's him.
I don't think you made this channel. I think people came to this channel for the owner of it, That's
I
what
hope so.
makes it.
I would suggest that when you come onto somebody else's channel, you are basically walking into somebody else's house, and you respect the rules that they impose on them.
Yeah. I can't ban God, because God, in my view, does not exist. But I can ban you, and I really don't want to do it, because if you really are Skyfly Bry, if you are really that person who was so supportive to me in the very, very, very beginning, who had to obviously take time off or was unable to get on, been missing for a while. Great to see you back if it is you. But please do not make demands in my chat about respecting God. We do respect other people's beliefs, but please don't be making demands in my chat. Otherwise, I'll have to ban you.
And Skyfly Bryce, some of the things that you're saying in there are actually quite.
I've made this planet and everything.
Well, the one about if the moderators time me out one more time, you will be removed from this planet immediately. That's just rude and incompatible. You're basically wishing destruction on somebody,
right? So,
and
I don't think that's actually Skyfly Bry. So, Brian, you and I have spoken before. So if it's really Brian, you will know which channel it's on, because we've only ever been on one channel together. Would you type that in the chat, please?
I don't think it's him.
No, I knew as soon as he
I think they're leaving anyway. But Brian, I have your email. We'll have a chat tomorrow, if you're around, and I would like to have a proper discussion with you. But anyway,
we do have there is a problem with sort of people using other people's names and going around and poisoning the well, as far as that's concerned. But where were we? What were we discussing?
Distracted.
We were discussing ASMR.
Oh yeah, white noise and stuff.
Yeah, apparently it's relaxing. I don't know.
All right,
with white noise with me, I've got like this water heater at home. It comes on at about 4 a.m. Sometimes I'll notice it, and it's so annoying. And I'm laying there like, I can't sleep. You know, I can obviously turn it off, but I've got cold water, so I don't want that. And then the next night, don't even notice it. You know, and I can wake up and fall back to sleep. And so you can focus down on that white noise, can't you? And I suppose some people find it relaxing, and other people it's actually an annoyance.
Yeah,
you know what
it's
I mean?
like a ticking clock. I hate clocks that tick. If I hear it, that's all I'll hear all night.
Yeah, I'm the same, and I've had insomnia since I was like 8. So I sleep between 3 and 5 hours a night, max.
Oof.
Yeah. So if there's like a ticking clock, if there's a light in the bedroom at all, then I'll be awake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do like white noise. I'll get Alexa to play white noise sometimes if I can't sleep. It helps me.
I think if it's like water, if it's like water related, I can deal with it. I think, like say the sea or rain.
At 81, though, the noise of running water makes Papa beat up.
Don't use that. This is an ongoing joke, by the way, on my streams and things. Apparently, I'm 81. Considering my mother's 82, that's quite fucking amazing. But I'm 81. There's swines, a lot of them. Demonor says, "What is sleep?"
Yeah, sleep is for the weak. Although, having said that,
plenty enough for that when you die, didn't you?
There are few people, who, when I have said, "Oh yeah, I'm out, I'm going to bed," it's like weakness.
Oh no!
At that point, I'm just like,
oh, hello! Look who's coming in.
Who's coming in?
Mr. Skeptic.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Can you guys hear me? I've got a new mic.
Yeah, we can hear you.
How am I
Loud and
sounding?
clear.
Put those levels up, haven't you? That is a
Very
sexy
bassy.
voice.
Is it coming in clear or no?
It is.
Okay, good deal. How are you guys doing?
Oh, now we can fangirl with you on the stream. I am really excited right now.
Well, I'm excited to be here too. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get everything set up, and I guess I was. I hope I was. I hope it sounds okay. I can't even tell how I sound right now.
You
sound great.
Kind of bassy, very low.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're actually
like Team Skeptic.
Actually, you see, if I'm being honest, it sounds like you've set it to prove me wrong about your whiny voice. Right?
Is it really low?
Barry White filter on.
Yeah, quite a little bass.
Okay, let me figure that out. I'll hold on.
He just needs to stop lying. This is his new mic for his new ASMR channel.
Well,
Do you know
what would be more embarrassing is this is what he sounded like the entire time. It's just been a crappy mic.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hope
what are you
not.
guys thinking?
Well, I just got a new Elgato mic, and am I really that low? Because on here it looks like I'm coming in.
Oh no.
You're coming in. Your vocal level is great. It's
probably that we're all bad.
Bassy.
Like you've just basically came in and just wiped us all with your amazing audio. So,
well,
You'll hear it right when you listen back. You'll understand. It doesn't quite sound like you. It sounds like you, but a really deep you.
Well, that's okay if it sounds like a deep me, because here's the problem: is I bought a Go XLR whatever mixer, and it just like last night I was listening to my live stream back, and I'm just not satisfied with the sound of my voice on it. It sounds weird. It sounds like I'm muffled. It sounds like it just sounds weird, and I didn't like it. So I looked into a few other options, and there was an option that wasn't that expensive. That's more of a streamer type mic. And I went with it. So I wanted to come in here and test it out with you wonderful people, because I know as wonderful as y'all are, you will also fucking wreck my shit if I'm not like sound proper. So the fact that y'all are wrecking my shit right now means a lot to me.
Well, Chris Durham says it's the Barry White setting. It is the Barry White setting.
Mm-hmm.
Do I sound like that? I sound like Barry White. No. Now, if that's the case, I'll leave it.
You wanted to sing some Barry White?
Hold on, I'm about to go listen right now.
See, humble as always. I love it.
Well,
just hold
I gotta fix that.
Up the stream. Just hold up the stream while I listen to myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that.
We'll wait.
Oh, team, thank you so much for coming on.
The women to men ratio is just going through the roof right now. There's just like men dropping out and just women after women coming into the chat.
Hang on, I need my fan.
I was wondering why my demographics has changed to mainly male to mainly female, and we have Johnny O back.
Oh.
What is all this?
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
Yo.
Two Texans in a row.
Yes. Victory. So Johnny and Bacon will tell you, team, how nervous I was before going live. I was extremely nervous because this is the first live stream that I've run in quite a long time, actually, for my perspective anyway. And I don't have, unfortunately, Tatty is taking a break, so I don't have a Tatty anymore at the moment. So I was very fucking nervous about going live tonight. And I can actually understand why you were nervous the other night going live on your own, because you've been in that dynamic, and I am so excited to see what you have in store for us.
Oh, you know what, guys? I don't know that. I mean, I will always have on random guests and whatnot, and that's always fun. First off, how do I sound now? I turned my gain down.
Yeah.
I hope it sounds better.
I don't know. You sound just like Team Skeptic, though. So.
Well, that sucks for you, since you hate
Not
me.
for me.
No, but I will probably. I will never go back to really having to rely on somebody else to be there. I never really felt like I did have to rely on it, but I definitely portrayed myself to the audience as if I did, always having another person on. And it just, I don't know, man. Like I really love doing this, what I do. I love having the creative freedom to say whatever I want, to not have to stop the middle of my thought process to allow another person to contribute and then have to pick my thought process back up. There's just so many benefits to doing it on your own. And you're right, Crafty. It's so much harder. Like it makes you very nervous. Like very
vulnerable.
Nervous. Yes.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Two things. First of all, our community are fucking amazing. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. 100%. And second of all, this is a guy who can sit for an hour and a half just reading super chats because people love him that much.
I am very fortunate to have the support that I do have. I can't express enough how much these people mean to me in my life and even my son's life indirectly. Without the people in the community, especially people like Commander Darklight, Johnny, PhD Tony, these are people that you see regularly. Even Bacon, who doesn't necessarily help out financially, but he does it in such a way that even money couldn't buy what he does for me. It's invaluable. And I have the support of all you guys, and I've never understood why. I don't know why everybody likes me so much. I fucking don't like myself.
You're amazing. And here's Skydiver Tanner says, had to step away, and now Johnny O and team are here. This is a fun panel. And you never know what's going to happen.
I'm sorry, him too. Skydiver Tanner, J.O. Warren, all
Bella
of you guys.
Charge.
Bella Charge. No, fuck Bella Charge. We're gonna see him. But everybody else, other than Bella Charge, actually means a lot to me. But Bella Charge is actually doing something for me that's also invaluable. He built me a 6 foot tall vacuum chamber so that I could do Newton's third law of motion test, as well as I believe the vacuum chamber has an ability to have a temperature gradient in it. So it'll allow me to do refraction tests to show how light does actually bend around surfaces. There's a lot of things that we're going to do. He built it so that I could have a sliding camera thing, so I could mount my camera in there and slide it around the vacuum chamber to get all the different.
How big is it, team?
It's about 6 feet tall.
If you can, one of the things that the fucking flurfs are always bitching and moaning about is rockets in space. Please don't put a rocket in there, because literally we don't have anything that size. So
the third law of motion test that I'm doing will include mini rockets and inside the vacuum chamber. And he already organized all the people making the rockets for me down in Florida. He's a good dude, man. I talk shit about him because I love him that much. If I loved Johnny, I would definitely talk bad about him too. But of course, he doesn't mean that much to me, so I'm just going to support him all the way through this stream.
There you go.
Yeah, I love you, Johnny. But at the same time, yes, you're right.
Now, here's the thing: you need to ask yourself, who had whose meat in whose mouth?
Well, since I've been to your house and I've ate steak off your plate, if you want to just be completely take it word for word, I've actually had your meat in my mouth. Yes.
There we go.
And it was good.
There we go.
Very tasty. Much tastier than when I put my own meat in my mouth. So.
Well, there you go. See.
That's always better when someone else cooks it, though, isn't
it? Yes. Yes, it is.
It's always better when somebody else cleans it.
Well, I have been challenged directly by one of the pillars of our community to pronounce his name. Anti-Hervensolo is my guess at his name. Is it Hervensolo?
No, it's Anti-Hervensalo.
Hervensalo. Okay. There you are. Well, I was saying that you didn't mention him because you couldn't pronounce his name. So now you've shown me to be a liar.
No,
Nice
because
way to blow your own cover.
no, PhD Tony. The reason why I didn't mention him is because there are no words in the English dictionary that can describe my affection towards him. So I'll just be silent about it.
And he's right there. He's right there. Not even close.
Well, I would have had a guess. I would have said Auntie Hervensalo. Hervensalo? Hervensalo? You need to come on and tell us how to bloody say it. Get your bum on here and tell us.
There are a few. Yeah. There are a few. What do you think, each of you? What's one of the best names that you've seen from the chat? I'm going to say Craven Mordick.
Oh yeah,
because it's just a genius name.
Yeah, huge arse, definitely.
Nerthan Termston.
Nerthan Termston.
Yeah, Nerthan always gets me. Yeah, for some reason, like I always just have that like every time I say it, like I just can't not exhale a little bit instantly. So,
yeah, you want to puke and laugh at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, because like imitation, they say, is the best form of flattery, if you know what I mean. But so imitate them, but in a really bad way, and then it's not anymore. You know, that's the way I look at it. It's like my Dell impressions I deliberately do them terribly. That's what I tell people. So then it's not a good. It's not a compliment.
Yeah, I'm starting to understand, team, how difficult it can be for you trying to interact with the chat and do the moderating and do the debates.
Oh yeah,
because you do have like 100, 200, 300 people in the chats.
Yeah. But you know, I'll tell you another thing that's really important. I guess it's one of the things that I just love is that I'm able to interact with the chat. That there's so many people and they're so conversive with me while I'm while I'm doing my live shows. That it's always like the things they type aren't always, you know, like a single emoji or something that's an F in the chat. It's always something insightful that gives me a chance to respond back to it, you know. I don't know. I have the best fans in the world, and I know every one of you. I see every one of you in my chat when I do live streams. So when I say I have the best fans in the world, when I have the best subs in the world, when I have the best friends in the world, I'm talking to not only everybody on this panel, but everybody that's in the chat right now. I really do love all you guys. Yeah. And it's you know, sometimes I guess you can get lost in telling people how much they mean to you. When they, you know, you say it so much, it becomes disingenuous a little bit. But I really, really, really do enjoy everybody's presence in my community. Or in our community. I'm sorry. When I say my community, I say the community I'm a part of, you know.
I gotta say, I think you're one of the creators that every time you do show your appreciation or you express your appreciation, I don't think anyone anywhere would actually feel that it's disingenuous.
Well, I appreciate it.
Because
he's like the most real person. I'm not saying any of you aren't real, but you know, if you were just going to say who's the most real,
I'm imaginary. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah,
I'm imaginary.
Yeah. Like I know you're all fairy tale unicorns. It's only like team here now, and we're all just like kind of just talking to no one. But
you know what the beautiful thing about when I compliment you guys is you don't have to wipe your ass because there's no stains left when I blow smoke up your ass. So no toilet paper necessary, and in the time of need of toilet paper 2020, that's a good thing.
So generous, so humble, man. Is there anything you can't do?
The most humble, not so humble. The most
humblest.
The most humblest of all time. Absolutely, that is me.
Oh man.
Oh, do I? Wait a minute. I think I have a picture to send Team Skeptic that I made yesterday.
Share it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's see it.
I have.
Don't. Go ahead.
I have. Wait a minute.
So I have a question. It's been so crafty. Team, can you just say a sentence for me? Tell me about the Casimir effect.
The Casimir effect is a situation in which you have two plates, or you could be really two of anything. There are also electromagnetic.
That's
Casimir.
enough of that. That's enough of that. Johnny O,
No,
tell me about your favorite guitarist.
Oh, geez, you want to hear about my favorite guitarist? Tough to do. I can tell you about Kirk Hammett, James Hetfield, Michael Ankerfeld, so many different ones.
That's enough of that. You're telling me, Crafty, the team has a better voice than Johnny? That you'd rather listen to Team than Johnny?
No way.
That's what you're trying to tell me?
That's absolutely false. I will fight that assertion every time. Johnny has a beautiful, beautiful voice and a face made for radio.
Oh, definitely face made for radio.
Talking of which, team, check your Discord.
Tony, that's just cruel. That is just really, really cruel.
I'm just saying, Johnny.
I don't compare the two. Because I enjoy listening to Johnny and I enjoy listening to Team. But I would listen to Team for hours, and I would listen to Johnny for hours as well. It's the passion that they speak with, that is able to hold my attention. I love it.
Tony, you frustrate me when you ask me to talk about something so wonderful as the Casimir.
And then interrupt me off. I was able to mute and just sit into Team's speech. Can we ask that question again and listen to Team?
You can tell us about the Casimir. I just wanted a sample of you talking sort of with a natural flow about something that you enjoyed, and I just Jessica.
It's just Tony being an ass.
Which I'm very, very good at. We all have our strengths. And me being an asshole is one of them.
Hey, Tony, you said
Australian.
You brought up Professor Phil Bill earlier, and you were saying how he told you he'd love to have me as an undergraduate student. See, I'd love to go back to college and do all that, because I feel like there's a certain technical aspect of my conversation that's missing, and it's because I didn't go to college. I understand the concepts. I can explain a lot of things. I can even do most of the math on many of the harder things. If you look at it, you go, oh my God, I have no idea how to do that. And I'm like, but let me show you, But if I had the opportunity, oh man, I would absolutely go back and put every bit of effort into the, being a better physicist, a better science communicator. And I'd love to be under him. He's a great dude. I love his energy. He is so animated. Oh my God. He's a breath of fresh air to look at and watch talk about the De Broglie wavelength. I watched that whole show. I wanted to leave. I told you I had to leave, and then I ended up listening in the whole time because I was like, I got to hear what Phil Bell has to say about this.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. That's what I said to you the other night, Team. I would like to see more kind of not educational style videos, but you have a passion there. You have the knowledge, and it would be great to see those kind of videos come out a lot more.
You might see them. The unfortunate truth is that that's a very niche market, if you go back and you look at Professor Dave's channel, for instance, he's a great science communicator, one of the best on YouTube, if you want to ask the truth. I mean, there's only Veritasium, Smarter Every Day, Action Lab. A few of those guys are right up there with him. But if you go and you look at his videos, he doesn't get a lot of views. And it's not because he's not a popular person, but because people watch him for educational purposes. So if you're watching Professor Dave talk about, chemical bonds and stuff like that, then what you're probably doing is you're probably watching it because you're going to school for that. And, that's a very specific topic you're trying to watch. And then you watch him and you go, well, I like this guy. So you sub to him, and you would, it's easy for him to gain subs, but not all the time does he have the most popular videos out, just because they're very specific science topics. I would love to do that. I would love to.
What is this?
I don't know. I'll put it up again. Hang on.
So
We've had a request.
We've had a request. Sorry.
You and I have to say that. I have no idea what it means, but there you go.
Context, please.
I have no idea.
Context. Anyone? Sable Eagle? Can you
No,
give
you don't love
context?
context. You just got to do it. It's one of those things. You just do it. Fuck the context.
No, I can't. I need context for. If I'm going to say something like that, I need context.
Change out the word "kill" with "hug" and then do it.
There you go.
Tamer,
Who's Andrew Ryan?
Yeah, Tamer, you happy for everyone to see that picture I sent you?
Oh yeah, for sure. Go ahead. I'm untrollable. Always make fun of me, so please and just make fun of me. I don't mind at all.
Hashtag it's a mullet.
Oh,
nice.
My God.
Good.
You know, I had that when I first saw that picture. I was like, "Damn, how do you fucking put my tattoos in there?" But they're not my tattoos.
Got caught.
Sable Eagle says it's from one of the video games set in that place with the name, you know? No. I don't do video games. Do you, Crafty?
I do, but I'm trying to remember now. Which video game is that's annoying. Team does more gaming than I do. Team, you should know that one.
What's the name of the actor or the character?
Andrew Ryan.
Andrew Ryan.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna access.
He's gonna Google it.
I'm accessing my video game knowledge.
Hang on. Bioshock.
Oh, Bioshock. I've never played Bioshock actually.
Yeah, Bioshock. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, now you know it. Now that people have given you the answer, you know it.
Oh, nobody had to give me the answer. I just knew it.
Andrew Ryan is actually an unfortunate name. Now that I think about it, because if you just write it out, it's A Ryan or Arian.
Oh yeah, that sucks. I'm gonna go try to find all my friends with the last name Ryan with the first name starts with A, and I'm gonna go, "Hey man, you're an asshole."
No, it's got to be PhD Tony says you're an asshole.
Yeah, that's right.
You go first, Sheila.
Who was it who nominated me for DFOTY, Dickiest Friend of the Year? But anyway, it's I don't know. It's something I do when I'm comfortable. I rib on people when I'm comfortable with you, and just it leads to me being a bit of a dick sometimes. So.
I think it's a sign of endearment, isn't it? Like
it is a sign of endearment.
Yeah, I think so. There's a fine line.
Exactly what I tell people too when I say anything. I tell them, "Oh, just because I like you, you fucking asshole."
Yeah. So Plottle, that means you absolutely love him.
Exactly.
We all know that. Yeah.
Exactly,
sir. Speak truth, seek truth.
I was about to say it's the same thing as saying, hey, with all due respect, usually there's something very disrespectful coming after that.
Usually there's no respect in what you're about to say.
Zero
whatsoever. And with all due respect, obviously includes the case where there is zero respect due to the person you're addressing. Have you ever heard what's his face? Woody Allen's joke about when he was playing God.
No.
He was playing God in some biblical epic, and he's a method actor. So he was going out, trying to part the seas and doing various stuff, and then I really got into the part. It was quite interesting. I got into a car accident, and I got out, and I forgave the guy, and then I told him to go forth and multiply, only not in those words.
I always tell myself, like, one good turn in bed deserves another, but I end up falling out of bed.
Oh, dear.
I'm sorry.
No, that's...
It was so bad, it was almost funny.
Well, there's you have a beard, right? You're significantly funnier than Irish, so that was something that I was going to mention to team and actually Crafty is the live streams that I'm doing with Phil Bell. Phil would really like team as a participant. And I actually think that Crafty would also be a good participant because it would be nice to have somebody in the chat to ask questions or to and it would be nice to sort of have a spectrum of people. There's Phil and I, and sorry, go on.
No, I'm saying I would have absolutely no use to you at all on your stream, but it's a Thursday night, yeah. It's a Thursday usually, because usually on when we are doing our Les Horribles, we all kind of start our premieres on a Thursday night. So we're always in contention with each other.
Okay.
I would love to come. Not that I know anything about math or science or anything like that, but
okay.
I never get to see it because we're busy.
Yeah, same here. I'm usually in work at that time.
Okay, all right, which sucks. I'm not going.
Team Skeptic sucks, but you have to pay him.
That's good. Tony wants someone to speak so he can perform.
Jessica!
She's so mean. She's so raw.
Hear me.
So last night on the podcast,
I think she has a secret
message. Somebody sent me a text message saying, "What's this girl's problem? Is she not loved as a child?" I said, "No,
probably not."
I said, "No, that's just Jessica G's way of saying she loves you."
Yeah.
For some reason, I always had her down as this real aggressive woman, but when I heard her voice on her video she did, I was like, "What?" Like, it was one of them where it didn't match what I've seen on the chat. If you know what I mean, I was like, "What on earth?" Like,
yeah, you expect some Eastern German voice to come barking at you, and then what are you doing?
She is. I'm going to admit that there are times, and there are times where I've been going, I'm at a loose end. I wonder if there are any streams that Jessica G is appearing on, because that's always funny. Because she is just such a funny woman, and it seems. I remember first coming into this community and just going, wow. She is really hammering Team Skeptic, and Team Skeptic going, "I love you, Jessica." I'm going, okay, they know one another, they're friends, they know what the wavelength, they know the wavelength they're both operating on, and it's a bit awkward because some people sort of come into the community, they see what Jessica's doing, and they think that they can sort of participate in it without that background, and it doesn't really work so well. You need to develop that sort of mutual understanding to the point. I start out very, very polite, and kind of the more polite I am, the less well I know you, to some extent. But the more casual I can be, the more I can give you a hard time, the more comfortable I am, and the more and the more I think, well, this person's going to take it in the right way. And if they don't, if I say something wrong, and they go, mate, that was a bit too dickish, I'll just go, okay, that's my fault, because it is my fault. I don't. It's one of the risks that you take if you take this attitude in. You just got to own what you say. And the worst thing is if somebody says something that's thoughtless or hurtful or not in the right context, and then they just don't back down from it. They stick with it and they continue being dickish about it.
I'm just going to leave that up until Pip is back.
Oh, okay.
Just thinking about you guys actually, Jessica and Tony, when you were when Jose was in that chat when I was talking to MC Toon. I mean, he was making an absolute fool of himself, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Well, I'd had a verbal run-in with Jose previously.
Yeah,
He hates me.
He hates me too. It's cool.
And I just think that he wants justification for this. If you haven't verified it yourself, then you've got no basis for believing in it, which is basically a flat earther argument. It's a you guys haven't ever used a gravimeter. You're probably never going to get the opportunity to use one. But that doesn't mean they don't exist. You guys have, I'm not sure how many of you guys have seen the Millikan oil drop experiment. That doesn't mean you don't get to use electricity. It is nonsensical. It is just ridiculous. And it is that.
No, sorry, mate. You carry on. I cut in there. Sorry, bud.
No. Yeah, you go on. I rant for a lot.
Yes,
yeah, we love the rants.
Yes, he does.
I was just going to say, obviously, the photos we use of Earth from space, and I had someone say to me the other day, but you didn't take that photo. I was like, you're expecting me to be the one out in, do you know what I mean? Like, that's just completely.
Yeah, I mean, right. So this comes back to reliable narration. And this is the whole point of me going on Mr. Sensible's that first night. The guy that came to my farm, he spouted as many conspiracy theories as you could possibly fit into a sentence. But he came up with this thing of, well, if you haven't done it, then how do you know? And I told a story. And the story was about my friend who I was caring for, who owned the farm. Going to London. When he first got married, he got his first guide dog. He's blind. He got his first guide dog. And it was a golden retriever. And he was a lecturer. He had to go down from basically Manchester to London for this bloody lecture, or a teacher's thing. And he got to London, the dog stopped working. Just stopped working. Got freaked out with the traffic because where he was, just north of Manchester, there was no traffic or very little traffic. So the dog collapsed under the stress, could not work, was terrified of the traffic. And so what happened was he went back to the British guide dogs and he said, look, the dog doesn't work for what I need it to work for. They gave him a German Shepherd. Fast forward a few months, he's given the German Shepherd. The Shepherd is working well. Ida was working well. He went back down to London. Shepherd worked away, not a bother. After being so isolated for so long, the dog worked in the middle of a city. The reason for that being, German Shepherds are bred, are trained. It's part of their being that they are able to cope with high stress environments, and they're able to easily adapt to those environments. Whereas golden retrievers are not trained in that way. They don't have the same fabric. And so he came home and I said, tell this person the story about when you got Ida, about why you got Ida. And he went into the same exact story. And I turned to the guy and I said, now, is he lying? I wasn't there. You weren't there, but he was. Is he lying? What he tells you about goats is true because practically you're able to see what he's saying is true. Is he lying about that? Okay, he's not lying. So I wasn't lying when I was telling you that story because I was telling you as it was told to me. Was I lying? And he says, no. I says, right. So in turn, because this person takes a photo and I download it and I show you the photo, it doesn't mean the first person taking the photo is lying. Especially if I know that person. So it was a way of kind of starting to open up the mind to say, well, just because I haven't done it doesn't mean those with the experience haven't done it themselves, and doesn't mean that they're lying. They have been so conditioned by this thought process that if you haven't done it, the person that's telling you this is the case is lying to you. And that conditioning of fear is overwhelming with a lot of conspiracy theorists. And so that bit by bit by bit, I was able to break down that fear.
Mm-hmm.
He left my farm not as a flat earther.
Well, that's it.
So what you're saying is you brainwashed him.
You indoctrinated him.
I definitely brainwashed him. But yeah.
Well, I have a question, because the way I often look at it is probability. If I have two people who saw something and they both tell me diametrically different things about that event, then I've no real basis on which to tell which of them is the more reliable. Yeah. But if I go with, if person A goes away, they witness something and they tell me the same thing as the other people who witnessed it, but person B goes into other situations and tells me something different from what other person, from what the other people who saw the event say, I go, okay, well, person B is somebody whose perceptions I can't rely on. Because they seem to be the constant factor between this sort of disagreement. Just how many people need to be liars, need to be deluded, need to be deranged in order for the flat Earth conspiracy theory to work?
Exactly. Pretty much everyone.
The likelihood is small. It's just vanishingly small that many people can all be liars, all be unreliable, all be ignorant, all be stupid.
But Tony, you're forgetting the decompartmentalization that goes on, because obviously an engineer working in one department wouldn't have a clue how to understand something that's going on in the department next door.
Did anyone see my video where I caught out Mark Sargent big time with his comment?
I did.
Did you? Where he was basically saying that I called him out and was like, "You're not a real flat earther. You're just here lying." And he basically said, "No lie could last that long for 5 years." He was like, "No media lie could last 5 years." So I was like, "Well, how are you a flat earther then? Because you believe that the media and all of these elites are hiding the shape of the planet for the last few hundred years." Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think he tripped himself up there a little bit by defending himself by saying that 5 years is too long for a lie. And I was like, what? That's the complete opposite to what you should believe.
Yeah, that's right. And I think you're exactly right. And you just demonstrated your own point to some extent. He obviously doesn't believe in flat Earth. And if you watch his body language or listen to his verbal tics, he feels trapped in. I think he feels trapped in a situation that he wishes he could just gracefully get out of.
He's like a Z-list celebrity, isn't he? Like the worst type of celebrity you could possibly be, but he is that, and I suppose that is just, how is he going to give that up,
Well, yeah, and I was going to say, he's pot committed right now. He has so much money, so much effort, so much into it that to back out now would cost him decades of his life, the previous decades, not future decades. But then again, you always talk about the person, you're like, well, it doesn't matter. Don't lose any more time. Cut now.
Everyone quits their job, don't they?
Yeah, everyone wish they dropped earlier.
Everyone's all had a job that they hate so much that you risk risk everything just to support my sanity. And that's basically what I did when I left flat Earth. Why do these people not do that and just think life, if they know they're lying, how can they not think to themselves, I think
part of it is, and I know this from experience of it took me nearly a year to come to terms with the idea that I needed to get out, that I needed to leave the farm. And I've been there for 7 years. That was 7 years of my life. And it took me such a long time to And it's not so much as walking away from the idea. It's walking away from people, and even recently, even the recent bullshit that I've been part of, you're walking away from people that you consider friends, family, and the only people when other people would abuse you or attack you or whatever, these are the people that stood up for you. And leaving that community, Zeke, leaving that community and those people who you have felt have been there with you through this journey of everyone abusing you or the whole world being against you. That is the difficult part to even mentally. And I think Jose actually suffers from this a little bit as well, is actually detaching from that community. But then when you do, finding a community that accepts you for all of your ideas, not just one.
See, I don't think Mark Sargent has that issue though, right? Because if you look at Sargent, he is in a peculiar position where he has a few people that kind of look at him as like, oh, that's Mark Sargent. But people in the Flat Earth community think he's full of shit too.
Yeah,
so it's not just people in the Glowbird.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a Flat Earth, I thought of him as a shill. You know,
right.
So
a lot of people think he's a fake Flat Earther. So let's say he comes out tomorrow and says, "Hey guys, you know what? This is all bullshit. I don't believe in Flat Earth." He's not gonna have to worry about so much negative backlash. It's just gonna be a bunch of people on the Flat Earth side. So, well, see, I told you so.
Now I want to tell you something. If this is a bit, right? If this is a bit for Mark Sargent, he is the ultimate Poe, and every other Poe moving forward should learn from him. Because if this is a bit, that's how you do it. You live the bit out. You make the bit your whole routine. And when I talked to him, because I spoke with him in person, and when I talked to him in person, I was like, I didn't want to ask him. I didn't want to be like, are you really a Flat Earther? Because I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. But when I left that, I was like, no, he's not a Flat Earther. He's just not. He's enjoying the people labeling him as a Flat Earther. And he is the ultimate one. Yeah, he enjoys it. Look, he's in a Flat Earth commercial where he's making fun of the Flat Earth. When he did that, I was like, he's done. He's not a Flat Earther.
That's the first time I ever
done that. Like, he is obviously in it for the money. That advert, I saw it today, actually.
Well, no, but it's not even the money. It's not even the money. It's the esteem. It's the fame. It's the everybody knows my name, Mark Sargent. You know what I mean? That's what it is. He gets more
my man
out of
wears
that
a
than
shirt
he
that
does
says,
money.
I am Mark Sargent. He is playing a bit, and man, that bit, he's doing it so well. I commend him for it. I commend him for being able to lie and play the Poe as long as he has, and as thoroughly as he has. Like, every aspect of his life is playing that role of a Flat Earther. But I do not believe he's a Flat Earther.
No,
Jessica G has a question for Seek. Did you feel like you just wanted to be part of a group? I always wondered if Zerfs just want to feel special, feel like they are part of something bigger than themselves. And before you answer that, there is a fantastic interview with Seek Truth, Speak Truth, and by Conspiracy Cats. I think it's on the Baldy Cats channel, though.
Yeah.
So check that out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, it was massively, massively to do with that. I myself, though, I'm glad I didn't get too involved in the Oakley debates and the echo chambers, because I think I'd have become so emotionally attached to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, there would have been so much more to tie it to. So it was to be part of a group, but like, mainly I was like really thinking like, we got to change the world. Like, I had this more mindset of like, I'm not going to sit there like chatting to this echo chamber. Like, I've got to get out and just tell the world. And that's probably why hardly anyone had heard about me, if you know what I mean, because I wasn't vocal in other areas apart from my own channel. So, but yeah, it was to feel part of a group, bigger than myself, definitely. But stepping back now, it's just so good. You gotta just step back and realize like we're all humans, and there is no other, well, in my opinion, no other bigger thing that we've got to aspire to. Just treat yourself as your own god, and I think we'll all get on fine.
Well,
I-
speaking of pose, real quick. Team Skeptic's bestest buddy in the whole world, Spurs Chemo. Premiered a video.
He makes me
Premiered a
cringe.
video this morning. Flat Earth, Mr. Sensible, major failure, MAGER, as in mage. Major, not MAJOR. Major fail. Dumbest Glober 2020 mage fail. So there's something for you to react to in your next live stream.
Yeah, I might have to do that. I actually have I found an amazing anti-masker that I just had to stop everything I was working on to cover this video. He's a pastor and he has a large following and he's an asshole and he deserves to be called out. Is it? I'm
Not
sorry.
hoping, is it?
Is it that Florida pastor that's trying to get people to go out and like kill other people because of this whole bullshit?
No, this guy's name is Pastor, I think Greg Lloyd.
Yeah, that's the one.
Is that him?
I'm pretty sure that's the guy.
The Dunkin' Donuts pastor? Yeah, he's getting his ass fucking reamed on my next video.
Woohoo!
Talk about a piece of shit.
Yes. I think you should do some stolen valor videos, dude. I know you were saying you're not quite up to date with a few of the things, but I think just your reactions to them would be brilliant, man.
Yeah, I dislike disingenuity, people who are disingenuous. I dislike that more than anything. Like I said, I've always said I've never had a problem with flat earthers. The people that I have a problem with are the ones that don't believe in it and they're pushing it, you know. And if they're not pushing it as a Poe, to be honest, I mean Spurs is pushing it as a Poe. He's a Poe. That's why I won't debate him, is because he is a Poe. He doesn't really hold those beliefs. And Seek Truth, I think I told you the last time we were hanging out that I had a video that I had set aside to debunk yours. Now, here's the thing. I would not have done that. I would not have put that video aside if I thought you were being a Poe in that video. I just won't address Poes unless it's like a whatever. I don't remember his name. He used to be relevant. He has like 300,000-400,000. The one Delano TV. Like I would address him because he's over the top and it's funny.
Oh, I know.
But when you're talking, when you're talking about a Poe that you don't feel like he really believes that, then by just covering his video, he wins. He wins because that's what he wanted you to do. He wanted you to believe he was a flat earther. When I saw your video, there was something so genuine about it that it made me put it aside and say, this video needs to be addressed. Because anybody that truly believes that, maybe they'll watch the video. Maybe they'll come away and say, maybe not. I shouldn't be a flat earther. You know,
I have so many comments, dude, but it's mainly, I can tell you're faking it. You never were a flat earther. Like, you know, these flat earthers that still watch that video, or, you know, my sort of few videos I did when I actually realised the nonsense I'd been spewing. And they're just instantly like, you're clearly an actor. You never believed that, even to this day, you know, and that was nearly a year ago. And it makes me so sad. Do you know what I mean? Like, it really does. But
well, I get bored quite a lot, especially at night, which is why having American people making streams is fun for me because I don't sleep that much. But I got bored one day and there's this dance thing of like a little green alien thing, and I adapted it for something. Hang on. Try to pull it up. Yeah.
Hey, I'm making some minor adjustments. I'm making some minor adjustments to my microphone. I just want to get it. Am I still loud enough right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Let me make sure that there's no automatic volume control on here. And there is. Okay, hold on. Wow. Okay,
So
how about now? Am I loud enough now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good deal. Good deal.
Okay.
yeah, that's about Team Skeptic perfect, I reckon.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just going to play this again for anyone that missed it.
What's he saying though? I can't understand.
A Poe.
Right.
Yeah, so every time there's a Poe on a live stream, that's all that comes into my head. Just the clip that I made because I was bored, and nobody has seen that, by the way, except for Patty Goldberg.
There's Jessica roasting you again.
That Spurs, though, I mean, surely he can't make a lot of money out of it. Like, I'm not saying, like, I agree with people that make money out of it, but I can understand why they wouldn't move away. Do you know what I mean? But, like, the people that lie and don't make money out of it, why? Why?
Well,
Like,
so in Spurs' case, he definitely has. For him, flat Earth is actually just a component of a broader conspiracy, and a lot of conspiracy theories are designed to explain why people haven't achieved the success and the prominence they feel that they should. You know, obviously, a lot of flat earthers think that they're extremely intelligent, extremely insightful, and so you need to have some explanation for why you're not a professional scientist, or why you're not
Arwen.
Why you're not widely recognized as a genius. And one of the easiest explanations is, well, there's some conspiracy. There's some
the more
conspiracy.
educated you are, the more indoctrinated you are. That's
yeah,
what
exactly.
Say, you know, so as soon as
well,
sorry, mate,
I think that's what frustrates me the most. Is they say the more educated you are, they have no idea, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to conspiracy theorists when I say this. They have no idea of the work that you put into getting that kind of standard of education. Just a bachelor's alone. When I was doing my BA, I was working as well, so I was working on the weekend, but I was up until about 2-3 o'clock in the morning doing my essays, doing studying for exams. You don't, and the difference. I think the difference as well is when people go to school, you are taught, especially well in Ireland anyway. It's memorize this, and therefore you will get good results. That is not university. You cannot pull that shit in university.
Yeah.
The whole point of it is
with science, like.
But it's not. It's well, I can only speak for social science. Social sciences. It's what do you think about this question that we're asking? Here are the opposing views. Go have a look at all of these opposing views and tell us where you fall and why. You cannot just recite this person. It's called plagiarism. And they will mark you down for it if you plagiarize people and do not give your own ideas. So you can't get away with that shit. And when it comes to a master's, if it's not 90% bridging on what you've learned in your BA, if it's not like 80-90% yours, taking those ideas and transforming them from your own perspective and your own history and your own thoughts, you're not going to get very far in a master's. And I can't even speak for a PhD, but I imagine on top of that is more work and more of yourself. So much of yourself and your whole history and your whole being goes into achieving what you've achieved. Only about 20% of what you studied is what goes into your dissertations, because it's all about developing those ideas from you, from your perspective, from your history. So it is not like school, and that's what they don't understand. They are still thinking that university is quite like school, where you just memorize a bunch of shit and put it down on a piece of paper, and there you go, you get a good mark. That's not university. It is so fundamentally different to the second level schools.
Did you see Dr. Becky on Simon Dan podcast?
I did. I was very excited.
Like that bit about that was amazing. And when she was obviously talking about flat earthers, and I was just thinking, like, oh my god, like, you know, for her now to be speaking about that is quite incredible, really, isn't it? But it's fascinating to have seen her perspective from it. So yeah, I'd obviously recommend you all listen to that, and probably have anyway. But yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, and Basic Trig just said, I may have nearly lost my mind doing my master's. Exactly. The amount of work that you have to put in, the amount of yourself that you have to put into those papers. There is no time for regurgitation. It is definitely not like high school. It's who the fuck made that? That is brilliant.
I'll give you a guess.
It's not quite how I had you imagine, but
if you had asked me, I would have given you the anyway. Yeah,
but it's like I haven't asked.
You don't get the surprise.
No, I don't. No, stop. No, I have no idea what I was going to say there. My brain is just fucked. But yeah, no, that's just one of the main things that frustrates me. That there's no appreciation or no understanding and no desire to understand the level of work that goes into earning. We're not given our BAs. We're not given our masters. We're not given our PhDs. We fucking work for them. So I got into a really big debate with someone when I first started the channel about flat earthers in particular having no regards and no respect for hard work, because they just don't understand what goes into getting those kind of qualifications.
Yeah. I also don't think that they have any sort of understanding of the chasm of intellectual ability that they're looking at. I mean, I keep on saying this. You know, there are millions and millions of people who are vastly more intelligent than I am, who, you know, and I look at them, their capacity to do work, and I'm just deeply impressed by it. And it's not that I'm particularly humble, because that's actually Team Skeptics.
Yeah, that's his job.
Major property. It's not that I'm particularly humble about my own intellectual ability. I think I am quite smart, but I can see the difference between myself and these other people, and it confounds me that there are people who can't see that there are people who can't accurately determine that there are just people who are vastly more intelligent and well-informed than they are. So I was watching Mr. Sensible's video about Kyle Adams from the Flat Earth Institute of Science.
Can I just say, Kyle believes, or he was told by a professor, that birds breathe through their wings. Just going to say
was that. Indeed. Well, and Kyle is very upset when people call him an idiot, and he sees it as an ad hom, and it's just not. You're an idiot, Kyle. I'm sorry. I really don't want you to be an idiot. Yeah. But it's just an objective fact, and if you can't see, you know, and if you can't see that why what you're doing is idiotic, well, yeah, that's what makes you an idiot. But you know, I can't help you. There comes a point where I can't assist people if they don't have the ability to make simple logical steps.
I have to laugh because he claims to be part of the the Flat Earth Institute, and he gives himself that fucking title. As if it's that easy. As if
he knighthooded himself.
Oh, no, Team, wait for it, because you're going to love this. He claims to have a bachelor's in science. What he actually has is a bachelor's in science and art with fine writing.
A bachelor's
Get your head around that one.
Arts in fine writing?
Yeah.
I mean,
so
yeah,
it's technically like, so my degree would be a degree in science and art, because they kind of the humanities is an arts subject, but they do science and art in some institutions. They don't separate them. But then under it, they will say which subject you have the degree in. So I have my BA is in English literature and sociology, my master's is in sociology. His is in fine writing or some shit like that. It's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
Well,
He's quite religious, I think, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Yes,
Obviously, I
he's a
think he's
Mormon.
highly skewed by that. I can almost understand, but even the Bible, I don't think mentions flat Earth, really, does it? So people are
No.
using that as a, I don't know. They've just
you can make a
cherry-picked.
reach. Yeah, you can make a reach for it to say the Bible does say it's flat, but so do a lot of surveyors, you know, but they're not really saying it's flat in the same way that flat earthers are saying it's flat. For instance, you know, they say God's looking down on the circle of the earth. Well, you can't have a circle. A circle being a three-dimensional circle would be a sphere. But and they don't explicitly say sphere in there. So if you're a fundamentalist, you know, let's say you're a fundamentalist Christian, then you just stop at the word circle and you go, okay, I do not have God's power to be able to question whether God meant circle or sphere. He said circle. Well, the thing is he said nothing because he does not speak to us. And number two, anybody looking from any, you know, anybody looking at a sphere in any sort of manner, you do not see it in 3 dimensions ever. In fact, anything you see right now, you see in 2 dimensions. You just see two dimensional pictures, and your brain makes it a 3-dimensional picture. But even with a sphere, you do not see it in 3 dimensions. You see a 2-dimensional circle, and that's part of the qualities of a sphere. I mean, it's just that simple.
Again,
it's hard for them to understand that.
That's an argument I used to say was because people would say, oh, you know, we can literally look at planets and it's a 3-dimensional object. But people would then say that you're only looking at it with like 1 eye or 2 eyes. So it's only 2-dimensional. And, you know, so they'll even just twist that around and say, oh, it's some type of illusion your mind's making. How do you know it's even spherical? And,
you know, here, I want to point something out on this topic because this was something that spy satellites in the 60s, they used to, they were the first ones to come out with what's called stereoscopic pictures. And the way a stereoscopic picture works is, and I believe that's what the word is, please correct me if I'm wrong. What these satellites would do is they would go up and they would take 2 pictures. And the 2 pictures would be at a slightly, like just like your eyes, slightly separated apart. Now, because you're taking the picture with 2 different cameras, and when you line those pictures up, if you do it in the right way, it turns it into a 3-dimensional. It allows you to get 3 dimensions out of the 2-dimensional pictures. And that's how your eyes work. Your eyes see it. It's parallax. Your eyes see it from your brain has 2 pictures of that are coming in, 1 from each eye. And it uses what it knows, what you've learned throughout your entire life and just ingrained in your brain without even learning it, is that how these 2 pictures from your eyes would describe an object that was within 1 meter to you versus an object that was 100 meters away. You know, go ahead, Tony.
Well, I just want to bring up in this regard, there's an optical illusion called the Ames window, AMES window. And even you know, even having seen how it's constructed, your brain is incapable of interpreting it correctly. Your brain interprets it one way, and it's not. That's not what's happening. And you know it's not what's happening, but you just can't get your brain to not interpret it as a 3-dimensional
it's actually quite amazing.
effect. And they can achieve some quite freaky effects by sticking a pen through the middle of the window, and then your brain your brain just tells you something that is just not making any sense whatsoever. You're quite right. The human brain does a lot of the interpretation of the images for us, and we accept that as sort of sub-processing and move on. But there can come circumstances where, you know, human perception is, you know, it's the thing that always gets me about flat earthers. Well, it looks flat. Yeah. You'd be surprised how piss poor an observer humans actually are in many circumstances.
It amazes me how like other animals see the world. obviously by the way, basically that their eyes and their retinas or whatever are called. Sorry, whatever they are taking in. Do you know what I mean? Like whether they're more nocturnal animals or all these different things where they see the world so differently to us, don't they? So their reality is completely different to ours. They're living within ours, but it's another micro reality if you look at it like that.
And Inception begins.
Here we go. Yeah, don't get me started.
And I do want to say, I think I have been corrected in the chat. Fred Bailey said that the stereoscopic pictures were first used in World War II. As far as the history, I wouldn't know that. I just remember seeing that the military used them in, and it might not even been in satellites. It might have been in like the U-2 plane.
Aircraft.
The aircraft that would fly. And it wasn't U-2 at the time. It was like, I'm saying like the type of planes that would fly very high altitude and take 2 pictures at one time. And that's basically what the human eye does. And it's exactly what y'all are saying, like our brains interpret things, that's what we do. That's what our brains are. We're dealing with 2 different photoreceptors and a brain that puts those together, a computer that puts it together inside of your head. So
this is a silly question, but maybe one of you guys will be able to answer it. Like, if there was no such thing as light, what would things look like? And I know it's a very silly question.
It is. Let me go ahead, Tony. I'll answer after you. Go ahead.
So it's hard to imagine. So there has to be some sort of energy source for life to exist. So animals have to be able to metabolize some form of energy. So in order for life to exist, are we talking from the perspective of what would life look like, or what would the universe look like if there was no life?
I actually love where you're going with that. I hadn't thought of that. That's like basically like something else that is amazing to think about. Like, would life be possible without light? But I'm more talking like, say, if there was no such thing as light, say if I was sitting in my room right now and there was no light, could I look? Obviously, I couldn't see it because there's no light, but like, would everything be the same color?
Yeah, everything would. So basically, it would be dark. You would not be able to. So without any light, certainly for as far as our eyes are concerned, we interpret photons that are in a particular range, and we can't interpret photons that are out of that range. So if there are no photons in that range, it just goes dark. We can't see anything. So it would just be black. Now
to expand upon, can people see without lights? Well, that's just depending upon your definition of seeing, because if your definition of seeing is to say to receive photons, then no, they couldn't see. But keep in mind, there are animals out there that are perfectly capable of seeing with sonar waves. So
echolocation.
Echolocation. And then if you really thought about it, somebody whose body and mind had evolved to perfectly use echolocation might not be able to determine color, but could absolutely determine every aspect of the room. Every nook and cranny, every bump in the wall, everything at all. They could absolutely determine that with echolocation.
There are limitations to echolocation, right? So team makes it sound phenomenal, but there are actually some. You do get shadow zones behind objects, for instance. And that sort of stuff, and you can get distortions from weirdly shaped objects, but it is a very accurate way of navigating. Yeah, he's quite right. I just don't. There is kind of a daredevil, interpretation of echolocation allows you to, instantly work out anything in a room. Well, I wouldn't be able to tell what was behind my chair, for instance, because my chair would act as a shield to the sound waves going out and the sound waves bouncing back. So I'd be unaware of what was going on there.
But Tony, you would also be unaware of it if you were with visual cues because it's behind you. So it's the same concept still. I mean, there's limitations.
I suppose, blocking sound or blocking light.
Can I just say I am loving this conversation right now?
Yeah.
You can't bring on nerds like me and Tony.
I feel almost intellectual at the minute. Like speaking with PhD Tony and Team Skeptic. Like,
just gotta say, Team, you are more than welcome. As is PhD Tony, you are more than welcome on any live stream I ever do. I love listening to the two of you. It's amazing.
Knowing that I'm welcome here makes me just not want to come anymore.
I mean, Jessica G might have something else to say, but
that's the.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. You have to come to see what horrors Jessica G will have to say.
I will go up for her and you. PhD Tony, you know. For you,
I come on these streams because I hope I'm going to learn by osmosis because I'm thick as mint.
Just absorb it in. Yeah. Just
I've been hoping that too, and some does stick. Others is just like go in one ear, out the other. But I love listening to it.
I'm going to
start talking about mathematics.
I'm with you, Tony. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
I was speaking over you. Please continue.
No.
I'm so sorry.
I said I'm hoping I'll learn something, but if you start talking about math, I'm going to fall asleep.
Math. See, that's why I start perking up.
No. I can barely count, and I need my fingers and toes.
Me plus math equals no, but I love listening to it.
Jessica G says, I love the abuse and she loves giving it to me. And I really love that concept, Jessica. It's so, I really, and not that it's from her, but from my audience in general. Like I feed off of the trolls because, and I'm not saying it in a mean way, like the trolls in a mean way. I'm saying like the trolling that goes on with me, like during my live streams, during my gaming streams. It's just like, I take it as banter. Because number one, a real troll isn't going to bother me because I just don't care. You know, you could be a real troll. It's just not going to bother me. But when my friends, the people that I consider my friends, when they troll me, it's in good faith. You know, it's like, come on now. All right, you're going to say this. All right, I'm going to say this then. But then again, I did hip hop freestyle battles for years. I hosted freestyle battles and I learned from them.
We've seen
no matter
what. Okay. Here's the thing. Chat, give Team Skeptic three things. Let's say a place, a person, and an object, and be clean, and do us a freestyle.
Oh, that's no fun.
Be clean.
Oh,
no. We're not here to be clean. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not the greatest freestyler. I was. You know what I used to do?
I want to see it.
I was hold on. How about this? Anybody can go see it because all my freestyles were recorded, or not my freestyles, but all my hosting, the freestyle battles that I used to host, they were all recorded and posted to YouTube. You can go find them. All you have to do is type in Red Eye District, freestyle battles, green elephant. Okay, if you type those words into YouTube, it will lead you.
Okay, question.
I've typed that in before and I didn't find you.
Oh, there's one.
What exactly does the green elephant have to come into this?
That's the name of that was the name of the venue. The venue.
Okay.
So what we would do is every Sunday night I would get together, just the same way I want to do these debates now, you know, because I used to do this all the time. So I would go on stage, and of course, if you guys go look at it, I'm a fucking fat ass, by the way, just so y'all know. If y'all want to see what I look like with some meat on my bones, that's where you'll find the meat. But what it would be is I would get together every Sunday night with my, you know, he's my roommate at the time, Chris Misfit, and we had a group called the Red Eye District. And what we would do is we would allow people to come up there and just freestyle back and forth with each other. And we'd have about 8 to 12 people. We'd give away $100 to the winner every night, and they would freestyle back and forth to each other. And I learned that a couple of things I learned from that. Number one, everything you guys say to me is nothing. Go listen to those right there. You go listen to those guys talk shit about each other, and it's horrible. You may even turn it off going, oh my God, I can't listen to this. This is, I
listen to quite a lot of battle rap. I find it quite hilarious, to be honest. I still listen to battle rap.
but they stay friends. You know what I mean? They and at the end of the night, they're all friends. And that's where I learned to say, me and a flat earther can get into a live stream. We can mess with each other. We can talk shit to each other. And at the end of the day, hey man, thanks for coming on. Have a great night. We'll talk to you the next time. And anybody in the chat that's trolling me, it's like, all right, now that we're done with the live show, you guys are still my friends. We're all still having a good time. And at least I know that, they know that, and that makes it fun.
There's one for you, stream. Oh, say that.
Lanfair Wilgwin Lagogger Chiwin Drobwill Anti Cilio Gagagagach.
Google. That's all you need to know is Google.
I think that's a village in Wales somewhere.
It's the longest name in Britain, apparently.
He's not
I know, I've seen it.
I can barely say it. Google is all you need to know.
Go.
Is that actually a real word?
Yeah,
yes.
It's a town.
What?
Yeah, it's the longest.
It's a city or a town or something.
It's a town
Yeah,
in Wales.
I actually joked, thinking I literally joked saying a town in Wales, but that actually
No, it is. It's true.
There is a guy.
Where's Creaky?
There's a guy. Yeah, no. Thanks.
Oh, hello.
Someone has.
I wonder what Creaky Blinder would be in Welsh.
Is that,
Creaky Blinder
is that our
clan something Google?
Well, Lanfair is what they call it. But they actually have Lanfair, but they actually have someone at the train station that will say it about 60 times a day to tourists. They pay someone to do that. But
he's not getting paid enough, whatever it is.
But what I am going to say is that bell I'm going to take as the end timer for this stream, because we've been going for over 3 hours.
No,
that's not bad for a random stream.
For me,
it's
amazing.
Fucking bed crafting alarm.
Yeah,
it's only 11:15. No. In fairness, the iNetwork are going live in a few minutes, and I know Tony will probably be on that, and there's a few other things that I have to do. And if Chris is still in the chat, Chris is probably poking me with a stick mentally, saying, "Get that video done." So yeah, I will be getting a video out soon. And
crap, do you see Commander Darklight in the chat right now? What he just typed?
I did.
There's no way I could repeat that. Hold on, I want to try, but I've got to increase the size of the font to do it.
Here we go.
What on earth?
Oh, there it is. Okay. Taumata waka tangi hanga kau uau tamati apaka wai when nuaki tanatuahu.
Well done. You've just done the haka.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Never again. Commander Darklight, just keep all your opinions to yourself, please.
That's I'm sure that's what they say in the haka, isn't it, Tony? Is that the haka?
No.
Yeah. Is it not?
Well, it looks like how I verbalize it. Yeah.
Tamate.
Yeah, I can't. Oh no. But yeah.
It's who put it up? Commander Darklight. Is that the haka?
The Welsh have got.
No, he says
Commander Darklight.
He says it's the longest place name in New Zealand.
Okay.
If you can stay at Commander Darklight, come on, just for the crack, and we'll just for you to say that.
Yeah, we'll stay up. We'll give you. We'll stay. We'll all stay to hear how that should actually sound.
You need to come on and say it.
I played some Black Ops Cold War with Commander Darklight yesterday, so if he comes on, I've already had my weekly fill with him. I'm gonna have to leave. No, I'm just kidding. See, the trolling goes both ways, guys. Come on, Commander Darklight.
It does.
Go Dark Balls, get in here, bud.
Well, you have his email. Send him the link.
Yeah, I'll send him a link right now. He does get a bit scared sometimes though, so let's not frighten him too much, okay?
Oh, so
there's a good comment, Keela. Timo's comment. You need to read that one. Put that up.
Who? Timo's. Well, first of all, Chris has been annoying me for the last, in a good way, for the last 2-3 weeks, saying, "Oh, get the video done. Get the video done. Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Crack the whip." He says, I was supposed to be recording a track, but I listened to this instead.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Chris, but get the fucking work, man. Get the work.
Yeah, man, get to work, Chris. We need good music out there.
That one.
I think that is the place the Trump spiritual advisor was referencing about when angels coming to America.
Priceless. That is really funny.
And somebody's saying that the only thing that they can pronounce is the surname. What's so hard about Micropachycephalosaurus?
Micropachycephalosaurus?
Not
that would probably be an easy thing.
No, it's Cephalosaurus.
Not Cephalosaurus.
No, that's what. No, we're talking about two different things then.
That's a small, thick-skulled dinosaur. That's what that means.
Yes, I just.
That's another thing, actually. Dinosaur denial, guys. We're obviously denialism, dinosaur denial. Yeah, we've got to tackle that one.
That was I don't get how to
mess with our childhoods.
I've looked into it. Like, I understand, like, it's super easy because there's a lot of evidence, but it's almost just like referencing the evidence. Like, well, here he found it here and this and that, and that's just that, you know.
We have a Commander Darklight. Hello, Commander Darklight.
Dark balls.
I was just so happy when I realised they were real again, because I'd denied them for a couple of years, and you know, even my missus at the time, like her grandson was buying like dinosaur pillows, and I was like, he can't have them. It's indoctrination from a young age. Like, they're just trying to push him in his face. And Jurassic Park,
Bacon Earth makes a very, very good point there. Do you want to read out your comment there, Bacon Earth?
Yeah, you're all talking about names of places. There's a town in Ireland called Muff, and it has a diving school.
Muff diving.
Yep, I mentioned it in one of my videos a while ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
And by the way, Kim, I fixed the commander's name for you.
Now,
brilliant.
Now, I do want to speak to Seek Truth here before we get to Dark Balls, because there's in my opinion, like when people would say stuff like that about dinosaurs, I can understand how a fundamentalist would say that, because the idea that if a true fundamentalist who believes truly in the Bible as to it being correct word for word and no interpretation possible, would come to the conclusion that the earth could not possibly be more than about 6 to 10,000 years old. Well, that's a direct contradiction with the idea of where dinosaurs come from being millions of years old. So it's a direct contradiction. So when a fundamentalist will see a dinosaur, they're like, oh, that's just them trying to hide God. Now, I think it's
literally, comes down to that.
Yeah, and I can understand where they would say that about dinosaurs, but not about the globe Earth, you know, because I don't think that the globe Earth is. I don't think that even with a fundamentalist Christian or a fundamentalist religious nut, the globe Earth doesn't violate most fundamentalist beliefs, even if they believe that the Earth. Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. I was just going to say I was actually quite shocked, and in a way, when I realised how many Christians I actually had following. Like, and they probably are within the whole community, if you know what I mean. Because I'd mentioned Christian and saying, you know, I'm not a Christian, but basically I won't rule out a creator, but I certainly do not believe in one. But then I had a lot of actual people when, say, Concerned Citizen, this guy, says he's a very religious person, but then does a lot of very unreligious things, but then loads of Christians are supporting me, and I'm like, wow, do you know what I mean? Like, but they know we live on a globe, you know what I mean? Like, there's a big difference, isn't there?
Well, even if you ask some of the most fundamentalist preachers out there, they also will tell you that, you know, that the earth is a globe. They might believe that the sun goes around the earth, that God made the earth a very special place in the universe, and that everything rotates around it. And that's consistent with their beliefs, but it's also, they don't believe that the earth is flat.
So allow me
6,000 years old or whatever.
Allow me to congratulate everyone. It is a spectacular form of trolling to agitate that somebody come on the stream and then not allow them to get a single word out.
Having trouble.
Hang on. Okay. First thing, He has been working on getting his audio set up. That's why he hasn't said a single word. And
Can you
we
guys
do
hear me?
have
Yes, sir.
Bri as well. So
Okay, cool.
yeah. Hey, Commander Darklight.
Hey guys, how you going?
Yay! Hi.
And hello, Bri. How are you?
Hi, Kathy.
Good to have you.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Team Skeptic, I love you, mate. And when you first showed your face on YouTube, I thought, what a brave man. And I think you're a very handsome man. And I'm very proud of you. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think I'm ugly as sin, but it's all good with that.
We were actually talking
I
about this
accept
last
those
night.
features.
That's that modesty again.
I have to echo that sentiment. When I first saw Team on live on a video stream, I thought, what a brave, deformed child.
I can be honest.
Okay.
If I can be honest and speak frankly, when I first saw you, I thought you looked very skinny, and then I realized you was made in the image of God, and just like God. So thank you very much, sir. I love you much. And
Thank
Kathy,
you. I appreciate it.
I started your channel, and Pie Parrot, please don't put me out in the chat. I'm not rude. I'm a very polite person.
We're all good.
I
wasn't being rude to you. You were spamming a lot of nonsense. That's all.
Okay, it's nonsense in your mind because you don't understand what this planet is, and I do, and I'm here to teach you. But I have respect for every single one of you.
You're not here to teach any of us anything. You can
Okay.
talk.
We're all
you
here.
can discuss. You don't teach us.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all good. We're all here to have a good time. But we did have a challenge for Commander Darklight or Dark Balls, whatever you want to call him. Would you like to explain the word that you or say the words that you posted?
Sorry,
I don't know what it means. And actually saying it's kind of tricky too. But some of the words like the WH, that's pronounced as an F. So when you go tau mata whaka tangi hanga koa o uo tu. There, it's tough. Koa o uo tāmate a pokai whenua ki tana tahu.
I want to try one more time to say it. Okay, now that I know the WHs, now I know that leave it up on the screen for me, Crafty, for 1 second, because I'm going to try to say it right. All right. Taumata whakatangi henga kau oiawa tamatia kapoai kai whenua ki tana tahu.
Can I just say you did a better job than Commander Darklight?
You probably insulted the whole of New Zealand.
Is this emergency services? I'm on a
This is an international
who seem to
incident
be
now.
having strokes.
I have a friend having some kind of seizure.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
You've just created an international incident. Thank you, Team Skeptic.
That's like a new meme. That's a new meme in itself.
My great grandfather came from New Zealand, and I think they came from a place called Waipanui River. And she was talking with a New Zealander, and she said, apparently it means dirt water river, and the New Zealander scoffed and said, in fact, it means dog shit creek. So,
oh Jesus!
I don't think so. I think they were messing with you, Tony.
Okay, all right.
Wai means water. Nui means big.
Right. Okay.
And pa, I'm not too sure. So put all together, I'm not too sure what it means, but it means something big water.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Keely, is it okay to talk about the coronavirus on your channel? Is that banned?
I have said that coronavirus will not be spoken about. Not on this channel. You can talk about it in the chat, but not on this channel, not right now. Because if you do talk about it, you're basically nuked. As a few creators already know. So I'd rather, especially if I'm doing something specific.
I put a little message in the
Quickly on it,
backstage.
then yes. But for now, I'm trying to keep it light.
Because this is a place where we come to get away from that.
I put a message in the backstage for you to read personally. And
yeah, well, I'm.
But if you're not prepared, I respect your wishes. Thank you.
Oh, we can have a chat afterwards, even.
Okay.
But at the moment, right now, my aunt is very, very sick in hospital with it, so I'd rather just avoid it tonight.
I can't believe how amazing you are. You're correct. We're not allowed to talk about it online, but we can talk about it offline, and then only us people on this channel will know about it. And that's the best way to be. Yeah, you're right. You're so correct. Thank you.
No worries, no worries. And with that, it's been 3.5 hours, and I can't believe that people have been incredible enough.
For like 20 minutes.
Keely, when I got you to start your channel, I said only do an hour because people get bored. You remember that?
You did. You said people would get bored. There was you and Dart.
People watching.
But
you and Dart both advised like an hour, maybe 2.
You're Irish. You've got a beautiful voice. No, I've never met you.
Beautiful.
But the Irish voice is the best voice in the world.
Well, I want to say, Crafty, I want to say, look, you have a home on this platform, not simply because you're intelligent and what you say is insightful, but because, and I say this about a lot of people. I even said this about Fight, that one of the things that is such a draw for him is that he speaks to an American audience, and the American audience doesn't get that accent very often, doesn't get the Scottish accent, the Irish accent, the Aussie accent. So in my opinion, for you guys, it's much easier to stand out of the crowd than it is for somebody like me, who sounds like every other jackass who thinks he knows what he's talking about.
I think actually only like 30% of my viewers are English, come from the UK.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too, the most American.
It's surprising, isn't it?
Same with you, Pip. Same with you. You have just such a unique and beautiful voice that it's easy to listen to. Bacon Earth, not so much, but you.
No.
As soon as she speaks, my eyes start to roll in the back of my head.
Kelly, can I just give a public announcement to every person watching that will benefit them personally? Can I just say, boycott every shop, Asda's, Waitrose, Morrison's, and go to what I call the dollar store in the UK, and go to Home Bargains, because everything's very cheap there. And the reason they get food cheap is because
support local businesses.
Yeah,
support
don't sell butcher meat in Home Bargains. I don't think they sell butcher meat or anything that we need to live with. No.
Go
toilet paper. Yeah. Okay.
It's the biggest store in the world. On January the 16th, Amazon will be the biggest company, but I'm just about to contact Amazon and tell them they can't be the biggest company because that company's still going to be the biggest company. Apple will be the biggest company. Yeah.
Hey, I have a question. Okay, I'm trying to evaluate what I believe Bacon Earth, how to best describe his accent. So Bacon, can you please just say anything? Just say bacon is the greatest food on the planet, and I'm gonna try to evaluate your voice and come back with a response.
I've been trying to evaluate it all night.
Bacon is the greatest food on the earth, and any fucking denial of that means that I just started wiping servers.
I got it. I think I know what it is.
So here's what he does. Right before, when I asked him that question, y'all saw he had about a 20-second delay before he responded. This was because he is sucking down a bunch of helium and then swallowing down a sulfur hexafluoride. So he's getting the high-pitched voice and the low-pitched voice at the same time. That is some talent, Bacon.
Why are you telling people my secrets?
That's like a proper. It's Irish, but it's not Crafty Keeler Irish.
No, it's Northern Irish.
Yeah, it's Northern Irish.
Yep.
So
technically, it's British. Sorry.
Just. Have you ever seen Jim Gaffigan's skit about bacon?
No.
If you haven't, Bacon Earth. Well, everybody should go check out Jim Gaffigan.
Yes, I have seen it. Highly recommend it.
Bacon, can I just ask you, are you a flat Earth believer or a globe Earth believer?
Everyone on here is a globe.
I am the best flat earther in the business.
I love.
Wait a minute, you're all globers.
I can't believe
I'm a fatty.
Oh
He's a
no!
bacon earther.
Wrong
I
stream.
couldn't log on earlier because I've got so many passwords and different email addresses. It took me like
So do I.
20 minutes to log on. That's why I'm a bit late coming. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. And like we will be live streaming probably again next week. I haven't decided. As I said, like this one here.
By the way, folks, she doesn't get a choice because the stream will be set up anyway, even if she says she's not doing it.
Yeah, see that, Keela? You don't get a fucking choice.
Keely,
Oh, I get a choice. He can run the stream
No,
without me.
you were nagging that you give in eventually.
Keely, whereabouts in Ireland are you based, roughly? You know, just so the town name.
I've moved back to Dublin, so I'm in the big smoke.
North, yeah.
If you can call Dublin a big smoke. But I am conscious.
I've flown over my microlight.
Well, I am conscious that it's here. It's now 11:30, and my family would like to go to bed at some point. So I am going to ask everyone in the chat one by one to say their goodbyes, and thank you to the plot hole for coming on earlier, man. He's just amazing, and I wouldn't be able to do this without him. And so yeah. I'm going to go from the last in is going to be the first out. So, Fly, do you want to say anything before we wrap up?
Okay, I'd like to say thank you very much for letting me on your channel, and I love you very much. And good luck in the future.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the support that you've given me and for making me make a channel. You were definitely one of the big influencers there.
And Skyfly, I want to say thank you for your kind words to me too, because you came in here and gave me some very kind words, and I do appreciate those.
Nobody
what's up with that, man?
Nobody has to thank everything I do for you. So you have to thank yourself. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Bri. Commander Darklight, you're definitely going to have to come on a lot earlier the next time, because you're amazing as well. So
well, I really like to listen most of the time, and I don't have that much to add to the conversation because you guys are just so much smarter than I am, basically.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh no, I'm
here. Thank you.
Sorry, man. No, sorry. No. I take it. I take everything I said.
I was a flat earther, mate. So like anyone's welcome.
Crafty, have you seen my Master Chief costume? I know you saw it in a little video chat we had a month or so ago, but have you seen a little of the video of it?
I haven't. Send it to me, definitely.
See if I can share this.
I've just remembered. It's just come into my head. Can I plug my own channel? It's skyflybride.co.uk. The first 100 members that join up for free will become 32nd degree Masons, and females are very welcome there. And it's going to be. It's got a new name. It's called Skyfly Bride at the moment because that's my trademark. Now it's going to be called another name, and I can't tell you at this time because I don't have the copyright on the trademark name. So if I tell you, someone else will steal it, and I have to pay lots of money for it. So I'm keeping that a secret. And in 2 years' time, everything on this planet will be free. I can guarantee it.
What if I'm already a 33rd degree Mason?
You can't become.
Oh shit!
Mason on my
Sorry.
And you can't actually be a Mason if you're female, but anyway. Bye.
Commander Darklight, anything else you want to say?
I don't know. Can you see the costume I made? I don't know if you can see my screen or not.
No, sharing screen here is not available.
Okay.
But we can have a chat and definitely send it to me.
All right, no worries. But yeah, other than that, love you all. Keep it coming.
Yay!
Love you too, big bro.
That text, love you all. That's the best thing I've heard all night. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Seek, do you want to have your say?
Yeah, just thanks for asking me on. It was brilliant chat. Lovely to speak to you all. Such a nice little community we've got here. And yeah, check everyone out. Peace out. Keep it global. And you're going to like this one, Sci-Fi Bri. I love you all.
You're wonderful people. I just want to say that I claim to be God, but the reality is you only have to read chapter 7 of the Bible to realize who God is. And God is someone that knows good and evil. It clearly states it in the book of the Bible, which is the book of Moses, which is the main Bible. Chapter 7 clearly describes God as someone that knows good and evil. So everyone that knows good and evil on this planet is God. Thank you.
Okay. Pip.
Oh. Hello.
Flag your thing for tomorrow.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're going to go and do it tomorrow.
Yes, I will. I promise. Yes.
Explain
Stream
to people.
tomorrow. Let's play Piplash. It's fun. We go and we play Jackbox games, Quiplash, lots of other games, and most of the people that are in there make fun of me and call me old, and I love them, not really. So if you want to come and have fun, just come over. Hi, Parrot.
We get to hear your voice.
Oh yeah, it's my stream.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We might be there.
Bri, excuse me, it's my turn.
Sorry.
Friday and usually a Sunday. It depends how hungover I am, but usually on a Sunday, mostly on a Friday. Yes, Piplash, good laugh.
Piplash,
goes on
it's
for
definitely.
Hours. I think 5 or 6 hours we went for last night. Oops.
That's absolutely mental and ridiculous and brilliant.
I know. Yeah, it's a good laugh. You're all welcome. Anyone's welcome.
Thank you so much. And if anyone wants, you're a mod. Pop your link in the chat. Although I think a lot of people know your link already.
Oh yeah, I'm been getting shouted out.
Yay!
I'll stick it in.
PhD Tony.
Well, thank you very much for having me on. Obviously, I'll be doing the 4 Beardsmen later on this evening. But the really big news is I'm just so happy that you're feeling safer in the community, Keela, and I'm just thrilled that you're contributing again, because you've really been, your contribution has been sorely missed. So thank you so much. I'm really grateful to have the opportunity to hang out with you again and to hear your input, because I really, really esteem it. So thank you all very much. And it's always a pleasure to hang out with you guys. Pip and Seek, Hugh earlier, team, of course, Johnny O, Commander. I've ended up speaking with you a couple of times recently.
Yeah,
that's right. With JL. With JL, that's right. He may have a movie coming out later today. I'm not sure. Anyway, but we'll. It's wonderful to catch up with everybody, and just wonderful for you that you're back in the community. Just so happy about it.
So am I. Thank you. And who's hosting the Beardsmen? For those of us not in Australia, it's tomorrow. It'll be 1 o'clock, I think, 1 p.m. our time.
Something like that.
So if they start on time, it'll be around 1 p.m. So who's hosting it?
So JL Warren is hosting it.
So expect everything to go wrong.
Yeah. So, but that's the last time. So this is the last circuit round. I think the plan is to set up a specific channel for the 4 Beardsmen.
I kind of like it, the fact that it changes channel. I don't know.
I kind of do too, but sort of
from experience, Tony. From experience, get a second channel for you guys.
Right. Okay. Irish is just really excited about this trip idea, and so he wants a dedicated channel for it. He's that sort of person. When he gets an idea,
it happens.
He charges straight ahead for it.
Anyway. you fuckers better visit me when you come to Ireland. That's just a thing. I will be booking time off work for that.
If you think we're coming anywhere near Ireland without visiting you, you've got to you have flat Earth level delusions. I think we're definitely on the radar there.
We're going to do the Globe Truth tour next year. So.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully next year there's a few of
us.
Take
it international.
There are a few of us going. I think the plan is to invade Barman, because he lives next to a campsite. So there's a few of us probably going to meet up down there.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I'm in.
Definitely. I'll message you. I'll message you. I'll give
What
you
if
the
I
details.
flew out there to come visit you guys? That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
As long as you do proper camping.
That's what I mean.
proper
Like we
camping.
need to like really like if everyone buckled down and actually really tried to organise something, it could definitely happen. You know, I think that'd be so cool.
Well, this is definitely happening. I've already been in touch with Kat's barman,
cool.
Mr. Serious, and possibly Creaky and his son.
Man.
I'm definitely in for it. Definitely.
And Jut Monk. Jut Monk is coming too.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Jut Monk.
Oh, Jut Monk can pick me up on the way down. Yes.
No, Tatty can pick you up on the way down.
Anybody can, yeah. Perfect.
Where in America do you live? Don't give your house address, but the county.
No, come on, give us your house
You're
address.
talking to me.
Right. No.
Where in America?
Oh, Texas.
Texas.
I'm from Texas, baby. That's where I get my big attitude from, my big ego.
I will arrange with Donald Trump a free flight to the UK. I have powers. I have special powers. Don't worry, mate. I'll sort it for you.
Thank you
Brilliant.
so much.
Right. So we're gonna end this. We're gonna end this in 2 minutes or 3 minutes,
Please
right?
end it,
Well,
because
I
that's
say
what-
2,
that's what
3
when they're
minutes.
phone calls.
We're here forever.
Bacon.
You say bye.
First of all, thank you so much to Bacon for kind of pushing me into this, because this has been nearly 4 hours straight. But it's been one of the most fun live streams that I've ever been part of, and yeah, it's been incredible. Do you want to say goodbye to people?
Yeah, I'm an equal opportunities asshole, so I'll just say I hate you all. And see you next time.
See you, Bacon.
Team.
Oh man, you saved me for last. I'm so
Yes.
I'm so
No pressure.
loved.
No pressure.
As if you
No.
needed another reason for his head to get bigger.
Right.
Before you start, I do want to say it has meant so much to me for you to even be on this stream, but not just that, the absolute support that you have given me over the last couple of months. It's been incredible. And thank you so much for your gaming streams, that when I can't sleep, that's exactly where I go. And I know you've been sick, so you haven't been able to do them. I cannot wait for them to start again. So yeah, shield your channel, because we all know you need it.
Yes, I could use the subs. Actually, I'm having a mass exodus problem right now from certain people, but it's all good.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I'd like to say is that I feel like I have a great community, and while I'm a part of a great community, and while I'm in the process of leaving the flat Earth community, I would not have met anybody on this panel had it not been for that community. And there's the majority of the people in there are just so amazing, and I'm just so blessed to actually feel like that I've made such close friends. You know, everybody on this panel, as well as, you know, most of the people in the chat, I'm sure are very, you know, feel a connection to me, while I feel a connection to them too. It's not one way. And you guys drive me. You drive me to be better. And, you know, as far as it goes with you, Crafty, I'm so in love with you. And not like in the you know, the romantic way, just like just the concept of Crafty Keela, the whole thing, the whole package, the voice, the intelligence, the contributions, everything about you is so likable. And I think it's a blessing to have you in our community. So I'll leave it at that. I don't even want to show my own channel out. I just want to spend time telling you how amazing you are.
Yes, and trying to make me cry.
Wait, like you said about team though, like team dude, like you've done so much to like end flat Earth. Do you know what I mean? Like you and team together, you and FTFE, sorry, together have been like the catalyst of like. Sorry, let me just speak to team a minute, mate. It's been the catalyst to basically the end of it all. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
we've all got to move on. Do you know what I mean? So you're taking the best steps possible, man, and you know you're an entertainer. Doesn't matter what you talk about, people will be there to watch now. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got a fan base, so people will still go there. Some people will drop.
Well, that means a lot
Just
to
a
me.
transition, I would say.
It means a lot to me, Seek Truth, because when I first decided I was moving away from this, it was kind of scary. You know, I mean, I knew it was the right time, but I also knew that, you know, all these people that are really following me because of the flat earth. Like, what's going to happen when I don't talk about it anymore? And they're, you know, I'm assuming that's what the reason why a lot of people are leaving my channel is, because right now I am pushing so hard for everybody to understand that I'm not considering myself a flat earth debunker. I can debunk the flat earth at any point, but I'm no longer going to consider myself a flat earth debunker. At this point, I am an entertainer. I am your local comedian that you can pull up. You can come talk to me. You can come laugh with me. You can even come throw tomatoes at me if you want, because you know what? I'm too goddamn tough to let any of that bother me. I know everybody is doing it for fun. And even the people that aren't, it doesn't bother me because they're just idiots and morons. And, you know, PhD Tony, that he's somebody I respect so much intellectually. And, you know, and personally, but especially intellectual. Me and him had a conversation the other day where I opened up with saying, I just need to speak to somebody that's not just a friend, but somebody that I respect intellectually. And of all the people I could think of, you know, PhD Tony was the first person. I wouldn't have known PhD Tony had it not been for the flat earth and this flat earth debunking community. And I'm blessed. I'm a very lucky individual to have each and every one of you in my life. So thank you.
Team Skeptic.
Definitely mutual.
Sorry to speak over you, Keely. Team Skeptic, I love everything you just said, mate. I love you very much. And I have
love you too, man.
You. What's your real name? Can you tell me your real name?
No, we're not going there.
I don't really give out my real name on stream. I have before, but I don't really do that anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, if my name was Albus, I'd be hesitant about sharing it too.
Well, I just and what I do, there's a lot of things that need to remain personal and protected to myself, and that's one of the things.
No, that's true. I just want to say, team, that I really feel grateful that I was able to be there for you for that conversation, and you know, I feel equally lucky about, you know, the relationships that I've been able to enter into as a result of coming into this. You know, yourself, Keely, Jessica G, just a bunch, you know, Conspiracy Cats, just a bunch of wonderful, wonderful people, and my life is richer because of all of you. And in different ways, Pip just always cheers me up whenever I hear her voice, or she does her poems, or even the little introductory music. There's so many awesome people in this community, and I feel really, really fortunate to be here.
Well, with that, and I think every single person on this panel would agree with that, Tony. And for me personally, this has been kind of me getting back on the horse. I have thought about doing live streams for the last week or two, and I just haven't had the confidence there. So the fact that people want to hear what I have to say, the fact that people are still supporting me, it's incredible to me that I said I was going to give up completely, which I had every intention of doing. And I've gotten floods of emails saying, please come back, please do this, please do that. And it's just been so welcoming, and so, I don't know, it's just been incredible the last couple of weeks. And you guys are here with me tonight.
Look at the people that chat has been
the chat has been vibrant for 4 hours and very fucking patient. And unfortunately, Cats couldn't come on. Again, it's his daughter's birthday, so happy birthday to Conspiracy Kitten. I think that's what we'll dub her. She's 13 today, so and she's self-isolating as well, so it's very, very hard on her today because she's away from
a lot of crap birthdays this year.
Keely, can I speak openly to you?
No, not yet. When I finish the feckin' live stream, because I promised 20 minutes ago to do so.
Hang up. You hang up.
No, you do it. You do
one of the biggest people who have influenced my life in the last year has been Conspiracy Cats.
And me.
Well, shut up. No, Conspiracy Cats.
Button, you know?
Yeah, there's also this. Hang on, I'm sorry to have to do this. I am sorry for having to do this, but I am, because I'm otherwise I will not finish this thing. I'm sorry, I did have to take everyone out. Conspiracy Cats has been such a huge influence on my life, not just on my channel, but personally. I have learned so much from him. I've learned so much from Team, and I appreciate every single person who has remained sub to me. To everyone that has helped me from Taddy Bogle, who has run my live streams, to the iNetwork, who have supported me for a long time, who helped me learn how to do this shit. Particularly Stephen Cup-Reason, who made my avatar and backgrounds and stuff. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all. I don't have a cool Team Skeptic exit, but yeah, I'm going to end the broadcast, and I love you all. Bye. Bye, people.